How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Fill in, y'all give me a second while I share this out. How y'all doing tonight? Appreciate y'all coming in here rocking with the big boy. What's going on? How y'all doing? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Prince, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with us. Rocking with the big boy tonight. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, so much. Appreciate y'all come rocking with your boy. Tonight is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Folk calling us. What's going on, bro? Man, see you've been dropping that heat. Man, I definitely need to get at you. Holler at your boy intro. 2 meals. You know what I'm saying? Get on a couple of them beats. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you driving your work, man. Y'all go holler at my boy Folk calling Customs, man. Man, over here working, grinding, man, taking care of his business, man. I like the beginning of the show, man. I really get to holler at my people, man, during the show. You know what I'm saying? Man, appreciate y'all, man. I thank all y'all, man. Me Creativity by Kim, how you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with the big boy, man. Thank y'all for all the love, all the support. Ms. Denise Brown, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you coming in here rocking with the big boy, man. We appreciate all the love and support. Y'all coming in here rocking with the boy. Crafty Neo, how you doing? How you doing? Appreciate you coming in here rocking with the big boy, man. Oh man, always in here showing love and support, man. I thank all y'all, man. I appreciate all the love, man. How you doing, Miss Creativity by Kim? Do want to let y'all know we got a free giveaway going on. We will be giving away a DTF printer as soon as Big Boy Prince hits 1,500 subscribers on Facebook. So y'all not subscribed to the Big Boy Prince on Facebook, y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. We have a lot of great information. A lot of people sharing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So go over there and hit the subscribe button. Hit the join the group and make sure you're part of Big Boy Prince. As soon as we hit $1,500, you know, 1,500 subscribers, we will be giving away a DTF printer. Just appreciate y'all. Just let y'all know. Show y'all some appreciation for coming rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just showing love, giving back, respect. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Miss Chanel Harris, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in here rocking with us tonight. Rachel Floyd, how are you today? Appreciate you coming in here rocking with me. T. Johnson, hey T. Johnson, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in here rocking with your boy. I see my boy Folk Connors. He want to get. Hey, I see my boy Folk Connors want to get started early today, y'all. I see we have a lot of new people in the building. My boy Folk Connors in the building. Bless his game. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. We gonna ring that bell before we do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work that wrist. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that weak wrist syndrome. You know what I'm saying? That is a thing. You know what I'm saying? So you make sure you grab your bottle of your white. You know what I'm saying? And you make sure you work it out. And then you get that bell. Shout out to my boy Folk Connors in the building. Yes. Appreciate you, Folk Connors, man, coming in here, showing love, showing respect. You know what I'm saying? Making it happen, doing it. Appreciate you, bro. All the proceeds go to, you know what I'm saying? Everything that we have going on. So, man, appreciate all the love, appreciate all the respect, man. Appreciate you, Folk Connors, man. like I say, man, y'all go over there for Congress, man, check him out. He is growing like ragweed water. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see how ragweed, it just grow. So he over there in the ragweed water. So his subscribers is blowing up. He got a lot of good content over there, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all go over there and y'all hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? While I'm already talking, let's get a few sponsors out the way. We got the best unit with the best unit resin. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go pick up some of that best unit resin. Hit her up on Instagram, Godfrey82. I'm thinking it is. The best that resin, say the resin, the light, you know what I'm saying? Bad, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go. So if y'all need some resin, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go holler at the best unit. She is having I think she's gonna try to get even bigger bottles, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. How you doing, Miss Wanda Morris? Thank you so much for coming in here rocking with the big boy. Nelson's Original Art and Designs. Thank you for coming here and rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Nelson, taking care of your business. DTC Queen, what's going on, baby? How you doing? Appreciate you coming here rocking with your boy. Look at there go Miss Ruth Moses. Hey, Miss Moses. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in here rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all so much. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Jesse Gibson, how are you doing, sir? How you doing? Oh, and last but not least, I don't want to forget about our last sponsor, Big Boi Prince. The Big Boi Prince. You know, we have the ink, the bottle, we have everything, software. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all so much for coming here and rocking with us. And now we have
that's where you guys are going to go live right now. So head on over to Big Boi Prince. The link is in the description and in the comment section. I will see you guys over there. Peace.
Oh,
wait, you already put me on. I was still doing my live. Hey, people. Oh, Lord, I didn't know I was on here already. I'm like, I probably interrupted you. I was doing my live.
Oh, no, ma'am. Hey, no, ma'am. Hey, we just so excited. How are you doing? Congrats. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. How are you doing today, Miss Shakeya the Professor? No, this right here, no introduction.
I am good. And yourself?
Oh, man, we just so happy, truly blessed to see another day. Truly blessed. How are you doing? Girl, they is coming in by the droves. You would have told everybody, didn't you?
I had to push my camera over a little bit, so I'm center frame, you know.
So how are you doing? How has your day? I know you're super busy. First, like I said, I want to thank you again. Super busy. Man, I know you have so much going on, and we want to thank you for everything. First of all, let's thank you for everything, all the hard work, all the answering the questions, just everything that you do. Big Boi Prince, we heard, man, we want to hear the story. Because I know you have one amazing story to tell. I mean, from her to her to her to her, always, you know. So how you doing, Mr. Shakeya? But the people don't know.
Well, before I get into that, you asked me how I was doing. So I'm not. Oh, wait. I probably could have. So I'm not doing too great because guess what? I still ain't have my shirt. We could have been twinsies over here. And I got my shirt. So I ain't doing too good because we couldn't twins it out, but it's okay. So I actually, from your Big Boi Prince one, so I've actually had this one on all day so that we can somewhat match because you got all the colors. So I wore my tie-dye one because you ain't give me my shirt. So it's okay though. It's okay though.
I thought the package didn't get sent down.
You know what? I actually have it probably did. Okay, wait, so let me take that back. It probably did because I got a bunch of mail that I have not opened yet. Even actually has a stack of stuff that's here, so it probably is there. So I'll take it back. So if you sent it to me, it's probably there at the end. My bad.
Oh my God. What is that? Hold on. What is that like? Just come in and you have like so much stuff, some packages. What is it like to have that love, to feel that love from people, that people just want to send you stuff, give you stuff, try things out? How is that?
It's good. It's a blessing and a curse because like they send stuff, and at the same time, I want to be able to showcase and be able to do certain things, but then it's like my schedule, and then I don't want anyone to feel like jaded and stuff. I'm trying to figure out like when to kind of do certain videos and stuff. So it's a blessing and it's a curse. I mean, I appreciate all of the love, but yeah, it actually can get overwhelming.
I understand.
Oh, I see all of my peoples over there. Hey.
Oh yes, girl, you had them coming in here. Miss Granny's Creations, man. There's so many people in here. Oh my God, girl, it is. I am over here. I'm trying to calm down. Never been from such a big crowd, girl. Are you bringing everybody out tonight? I'm over there. Look at you, girl. You got the sweating all over. So please, Miss the Professor, please, how did you get the name Professor? Can you tell us the story of the Cinnaholics, another stuff? We want to know everything.
I love it. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do something because before we go, I just want to see something real quick. So hold on before I answer it. Hold on. You don't see it?
Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Hey.
Oh, Lord. I want to see it.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Oh, there we go. Is that what you want to see?
Hey. Shake it like
shit. We want to give a special shout out to we gotta work that wrist, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, y'all know what time. Hold up. She's a lady.
Nah, go ahead, rock it out. No, I don't want
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes. So you like the super chest?
Huh?
You like the super chest?
Yeah. When you do shake it.
Like shake it out. Oh, you gotta shake it up. Oh, shake it up. Oh, shake it like a salt. Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker. Hey.
You are crazy.
And I'd be so surprised the first time I did. I said, "Oh Lord, I hope I didn't offend these people, turn these people out." But it was just, what, people loved it so much that I was just like, man, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. I was like, hey, you got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro.
So I'm gonna let you calm down. I'll go ahead and share the background, so you can go ahead, wipe your brow. All that workout, and then I'll go and I'll do that. All right. So, yes, hello everybody. For anyone that does, see, I really feel really bad. I don't know what's going on because I feel like my color is looking crazy over here on YouTube. Hold on, but it's so clear over here. But I don't know what's going on. If it's my internet or what, I probably should have reset my computer before we got started, man. But anyhow, I am Shakeya the Professor. And I'm originally known for Silhouettes Anonymous, which is my platform where I began teaching people Silhouette Studio because I fell in love with Silhouette Studio and I became a Silhouette. I was the first one. So I ended up creating like a Facebook profiles or persona and here on YouTube teaching people Silhouette Studio. And we'll get into, based on your questions, like, just the growth and progression of it. And now we are our own brand because we have Honestly Speaking, otherwise known as HS Inc. And then my academy also became 365 Creative Academy. So I help people with all types of, like, however they're creative. So whether it's to be creative for business purposes and they want to have a small business and create generational wealth for their own families, or I have like people who just want to just generally craft. And that's like, it's like their therapy, it's their happy place, it's where they're relaxed at. So they don't do it for profit at all, but they just want to learn how to master their craft, master their hobbies. And so I pretty much teach everyone on everything from, I originally started in like like really being a crafter. And with silhouette, I got it to do print and cuts. So I do a lot of like paper crafting, stickers, labels, and I got into the vinyl and then shirts and then now sublimation. I do like literally all types of crafts, except like I don't sew and like the epoxy and all those things. I never got into that. But almost every other craft, like the things that you do with the silhouette and cutting machines and a glue gun is my friend. I pretty much do. So that's a little bit about who I am.
So, how long have you been crafting, and how did you get into crafting?
So for me, this has been a very long journey. I've always been a very creative and crafty person, even as just as a kid. And it's just something that it's just progression. Um, I like to tinker with things when I was younger. I used to break, like I like Legos. I like to be able like to build stuff. I like to break it to be able to build it, to be able to break it, to be able to build it again. So I've always just like genuinely like just been a crafter. As far as like the craft type of stuff that like I'm known for now, I had a cousin who got pregnant at a younger age, and I'm old school. May not look like it, got a couple gray hairs. I'm 40. So I'm a bit old school, and the older generation, when young people have like babies and they're still in high school, they don't really do like now. It don't matter when you have a baby, you're gonna have this. People have these big, 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 darn near like a Sweet 16 baby shower. But
Yeah.
back then, they didn't really do that. So I'm the type of person, I mean, every baby still deserves to be celebrated. So even though my family just kind of like didn't want to or spend a lot of money on it, I just went to work to where I pretty much did like her baby shower and gave her a good baby shower, like very simple stuff, getting like cheap balloons and the regular streamers and stuff like that. But just from that one, I mean, I didn't think it was like super, super great. Like now looking at parties, but my family was always just encouraging of it. It's like, how you come up with it's always been that like Shakeya, where do you come from? How do you come up with this stuff? So it just kind of
Yeah.
started from there and just always just doing like being the creative one in our family when it comes to parties and events and stuff like that. I was always just the go-to person for it. Love my glue. Like I said, glue gun and spray paint were my jam back in the day. And just, grew and progressed and progressed and progressed. Um, Being in the military, being in Korea,
Wow.
there aren't many resources for that. So I was always the one that planned parties. Like I can make a party out of pretty much anything. I used to take, just tarps and stuff and spray paint them like the different colors and use those as tablecloths and all sorts of different things. So it's just like I said, it's just been a natural progression. And then for the design side of it, I got into a graphic designing class when I was in high school because back in the day, again, you used to be able to go to summer school to
Yeah.
like finish, like take classes for the next year. And so they allowed you to do that for like sciences and maths. So I always did that. I was always in school. I went to school every summer school because I wanted to. Like
Oh, okay.
now it's like you only go if you have to go because you failed something. I wanted to stay in school. I didn't want to go to camps. So I would just go to summer school and take like the next class. So my sixth grade, the summer before my sixth grade year, I already took my sixth grade classes. So sixth grade, I was in seventh grade classes. Summer of that year, I took the next grade. So by the time I got to my 10th grade year or 11th grade year, one of those, I got to a point where I was really maxed out on science classes. And I had to take anatomy and physiology. It was cool the first like 9 weeks, first 9 weeks or first 2 9 weeks. And then we had to dissect a pig.
Ooh.
Ooh. Um who literally I said that. Who finna cut this? I'm not cutting it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can't cut this up. And they're like, Shakeya, you gonna get an F. And now mind you, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I care about my grades, right? I'm gonna have to take that F. I'm not cutting up a pig. I literally walked out of the classroom and I just stood there. I'm very stubborn, smart, but I'm very strong willed and very stubborn. And so then They're like, well, Shakeya, you can't stand in front of our door. You gotta go to the office. All right, cool. Went down there, told them whatever. And then Shakeya, I said, look, I'm not even going back in. As long as they have those pigs on the table, I'm not going back in there. So my counselor kind of came in and she made it to where I was able to switch to the grad, because I literally had met all of my requirements. I had enough requirements to graduate in the 11th grade, but I didn't want to leave my friends. So I, of course, stayed like in school, whatever. And they just moved me there. And it helped me because I was the sports editor for the newspaper. And I just fell in love. Like, I know how to go into a dark room and develop pictures. I learned about screen printing way back then. And I graduated in 1999. So I was doing all of this in like 1997, 1998. Our school had a lot of resources that other schools did not have because it was like a brand new school. I'm a part of the first full graduating class. Like, my class was there from 9th grade all the way to 12th grade. So we're like the founding class of that school. And we just had a lot of stuff there. And I literally fell in love with Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and like all things like graphic designing. And it's just progressed to where this is where I am now.
Man, you are super huge, man. You like, just like when it comes to silhouettes and breaking it down, the silhouette, you like the mother, you say the professor. You know what I'm saying? You done taught pretty much everybody everything. But before we get into the DIY, I gotta ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I was over there on the squad, you know what I'm saying? And I was listening to your interview. Man, you please, I mean, I'm begging, please tell the people about the insurance story.
Huh?
The insurance cards.
Okay, so yes. When I like, so for graphic designing, like how I like learned it, it wasn't like, I always use it just for, making shirts and stuff. So I really mastered, especially Corel Draw. I knew like Photoshop. Photoshop was always like expensive. And I end up getting back in again. I'm gonna keep showing my age, y'all. So I'm gonna stop saying back in the day. I'm just gonna keep showing my age because some of you will remember it, some of you won't. There was this thing called LimeWire.
Yeah.
Like the download, like dark web or underground download for everything, because there was Napster for music to take all the good music, and then there was LimeWire. So LimeWire had it to where you can basically get Corel Draw for little to nothing. So I went on there and I paid for, the not so, full version of the bootleg version of Corel Draw. And, I had to think of like, I am a person where I just practice in it. I don't necessarily learn things like for a specific like event or a specific project. I just took time like in the program. And so somebody in my life, I'm not going to say who it is, although it's not, that's going to get in trouble now, needed an insurance card because he didn't have his license at the time. So I made him a Geico insurance card.
Not the Geico. Oh.
And it looked exactly like it. And now they're like, look, whoever's out there, you see this, don't come for me. That was like many years ago. I don't do that no more. I promise. I don't do it no more. I promise. So his friends asked, well, how in the heck you got your tag and stuff? We know you ain't got like, no insurance or da. Oh, well, my sister made it for me. So they ended up making it for his friends. And then people didn't want to pay. So I learned to like freak the heck out of a graphic designing software to where it looked authentic. Don't get me in trouble. I've also used it for good because we've had cheerleaders and football players because I coach like Little League. And sometimes their parents are just being like lazy. They don't get us what we need when we need it, but the kids need to be registered. So I've had to make like physicals, report cards. Birth certificates.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, you have your creative juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? Say, you are our sister's keeper. Say what I'm saying is when we are in a time of need, girl, you always been the one to call. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got a problem, you better holler at Shakeya. You got you. I'm talking about A1.
Yeah. Go get me in trouble. And people better not come for me. I don't do it no more. I promise you. I don't make illegal documents. I promise you I don't. That was back in the day. That's how I had to learn the graphic designing program so I could become the professor today. You know, my past has made it to where I had a bright future. So, you know, people don't come for me.
I wonder how many minutes you gonna, my insurance card had ran out. I get paid on the third. They be like, I get paid on the third.
That was the best $75 a pop. $75.
Say, you know how people, see back in the day we had to wait till we got paid on Friday. So Friday night, they already had something. Need you to call me up, let me know what you already need. So on Friday, I already have it ready for you. You know what I'm saying? You done made a whole nother paycheck just from Friday between 6 and 8.
Oh, it's good money.
Oh yeah. Girl, let me stop. Let's get us to the
Oh wait, and then you asked too, the name Professor. It literally wasn't me. I am one that prays. I always say, like, God, something. I always say, you will never put more on you than you can bear. But when He imparts things in me, it keeps me up at night. And I'm like, sometimes I talk to Him like, look, I want to go to sleep. Can you let me go to sleep? Like, so I keep a notebook by my bed and I write stuff down. Like when stuff comes to me. And then when it happened, I was like, I was doing something and then He said it and He's like, I heard the Lord's voice and just called me the professor. And I was like, how these people thinking I am like stuck up, arrogant? Like, who are you to call yourself the professor? What school you went to? What, credentials do you have to call yourself the professor? And I fought it for a while. And then, so when I told my audience about it, I don't even have, dang it, I should have brought the glasses. I knew you were going to ask that question, but I didn't bring my glasses in here because I can't find my earpiece and it keeps slipping on my face. So when I told my audience about it, I was like, I had some new glasses coming in and I told them about it and I said, well, look, it'll be a confirmation for me. I said, or if when I get my glasses or something like that or whatever, I'll know it's confirmation. So even was watching the live then and he's like, what did you say? Whatever. But I was like, I told him, I was like, he said the professor. I was like, I have my glasses. And I told him, I said, I got these new glasses that kind of looks like a professor. He says, oh, they called today and said your glasses were ready. I said, oh, that was confirmation. Like I live by receiving confirmation for all the things that God imparts, into me and through me.
Wow. Man, you definitely, you know what I'm saying, got that blessing, like, you know what I'm saying? It's funny how that works, you know what I'm saying? You be like, man, I don't know. And then that sign comes down there, it's like, okay, hey, no need to even question it, you know what I'm saying? It is, hey, that lets you know, you know what I'm saying, all you need to know right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so truly amazing. So one question I have, you are definitely totally different. You have a following that is cult-like. I mean, you go live a lot. And you know what? And you have people that I see people that struggle to have 5, 10, you know what I'm saying? And they may go live maybe like once a week, but you do it every day. And one thing I can say, you can tell that it comes from the love. One thing I get with DTF being real news, I get a lot of questions. And I see, like you, when you get a lot of questions, what you do instead of me, I should, I'm definitely now I'm thinking about learning this from you instead of just teaching that one person. I should go live and show everybody, you know what I'm saying? But the way you do it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot of time, and I know you have a family and loved ones. How do you decipher the time from the family, make sure the family gets what they need, and the people? Because like I say, I know it's like an 8 hour, it's probably 10, 12 hours a day with you. So how do you find the time to uh everybody, the wife, the kids, the business?
Mm-hmm. So for me, it's my job. That's how, I mean, I have been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. Me and my husband met at the arena where we both worked at, which was American Airlines Arena. That experience, I get out, if you want me to, I get into like some of the things that kind of led to everything that I teach. I have come to learn now that they were for this time of my life right now. Like, I had a lot of disappointments, in life when you lose certain jobs or certain opportunities fall through, and I truly embrace them now for what they are and that they set me up for here. So I met my husband at the arena. When I applied for the job there, I was like out of the Air Force. I think when I did that one, I think I just lost like a job or whatever. Went in there just for like one position. When I went in for them to give me like my job offer, they offered me basically a higher position based off of, just my experiences and things. So I was just like, oh, wow, I didn't come in here for that. So being in that job, it was just like, it's like I had this, like, I wanted to know everything. Like I wanted, when you go in there, they give you like this story of people who started at like a prep and like they move themselves up and they are a manager. I was like, okay, well, I skipped that phase. I'm like here. So now I'm gonna shoot high to being a manager. I want to be like a regional director. Hey, let me get that SC. So I had this mindset of I wanted to like basically take over the company.
Yeah.
That I know it affects me now because I still have that. People say I have a takeover spirit. Like, I mean, I know, but it's like I'm passionate about stuff. So just being there and like, always wanting to just learn more, learn more, learn more. I wanted to know the business inside out. Once I started dating my husband, I used to work under like in his department, so I couldn't be there. So I ended up getting moved around to different departments. And just based off of just my knowledge and what I brought to the table, I just kept moving around to different departments. Got into where I understand contracts because I used to do all the contracts for subcontractors, doing their interviews, doing all those different things like that. And it got to a point to where like I knew that business like the back of my hand. No one could tell me otherwise that was not going to be, just my career, my life. Like no one could tell me otherwise. I end up, getting pregnant, and my sisters came to a concert. Back then, we get access to concerts. My family always wanted to come. So they went into like one of the rooms that was like for someone else or whatever. And someone came in, like Chris Brown was coming on. They just wanted to like see him. So they ran into like the first room. Well, someone came in there and they was like, oh, she's like, oh, but my sister, whatever, da, da, da. They said my name. And there was someone who was pretty much out for me because when I tell you, like, I'm very passionate. I, as just like a supervisor, challenging my superiors, didn't always work out so well. So when that situation happened, it gave them the opportunity to basically fire me. And at this time, I was pregnant. But again, going back to the subcontractors, there was a lady there who had a coffee company. And when I did the interview with her, doing all of her stuff, she was like, I'm going to take you from this company. And when I tell you, she offered me a job so many times. And it was just, like I said, from jump, I knew that I wanted to stay here. This is something that when I thought it was recession proof, it was recession proof. It wasn't COVID proof. We didn't think about that. I'm like, this is a recession proof because ticket holders, they buy tickets. We're always going to be here. Why would I not want to go into something that I know is secure? Like I was focused on that. And I refused to leave. And she was offering me big money. And I'm just like, nope. I was okay with where I was because I knew what I wanted. Well, that situation made it to where at the time I saw like, damn it, I lost my, I got fired, but it was God making room for me. So the moment it happened, she was like, okay, yeah, you can start. Mind you, I was pregnant, about to have a baby. So I'm going to have to take maternity leave. She didn't care that I was pregnant. No, nothing, knowing that I would only be there for a while and then have to take leave. She forwarded me my leave time and then my mom. So for the time that I did not have, then my mom pulled from her vacation to cover like our salary for that. So once I did leave, she was kind of in some financial trouble. So once I was on maternity leave, she figured out ways to kind of do things herself. And
Yeah.
because of like how they fired me really for no reason, at the time I couldn't get unemployment, but then when she fired me, and her reason was because I was pumping my boobs, she couldn't really report that. So because that's illegal, because my son was strictly breast milk, she couldn't report that, so she couldn't say anything when she fired me. Well, she let me go because financial issues, and they figured out how to do it when I was on maternity leave. That made it to where I got my unemployment from the arena. Then I got
Okay.
unemployment from her. So I was
Ooh.
able to get unemployment for basically a year and a half. Like I was looking for stuff, and I tell you, I felt like no job was ever coming through. And even was still working there, it was great for him. And once I had MJ, I was let go from her job when MJ was 3 months. MJ will be 11 May 20th. I have not been back in anyone's like 9 to 5 since then. So I was working on all of like my businesses, like I was an event planner and doing certain things, and it got tough for a while. And even was just like, look, you're on here all the time to do. You got to make some moves. You got to make some moves. Got to make some things happen. And
Yep.
that's what I got into, like doing, like really like teaching people and stuff. So this has literally been my job for the past 7 years. I only got into the live portion, like since maybe like 2007. Whenever I realized when Facebook made it to where anyone can go live, I want to say it's like 2017ish, somewhere in there is where I started doing lives. Like I was addicted, but I was always doing content and making videos, had my YouTube channel. So people think that like, it's a major sacrifice for me, but it's not, because it's no different than me going to my 9 to 5. I wake up in the morning, and then like that's the time for me to work and teach. So whether I'm working on something on the back end, and I go live now because I can't stand pre-recording and editing videos. I'd rather be live and have my mess ups and just go there. When I try to pre-record, it's always something wrong. I'll forget that my mic isn't on, and I'll go through this whole thing of recording. At least when I'm live, they can tell me that my mic is off. Okay, yeah, haha, we can laugh about it, and I can still teach. But to be home, trying to pre-record classes and the mic is off, I do a 20-minute, tutorial, 30 minutes. Oh my God, I had to do this all over. And everyone's gonna say, why don't you just do a voiceover? It's still 30 minutes of a voiceover. I might as well redo the video. So I prefer to go live, mess ups and all.
And then I like being live because
the connection with people.
Yeah, you connect with the people, and then if somebody have a problem or a question, they right there live, they can ask that question. You know what I'm saying? And like people, I'm a people person. Like you're a people person, so it's just so cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you so cool that you entertain, and it's just like it was like a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely what I ain't gonna lie. That's what I want to do. I'd be like, oh Lord, these videos. How about I just go live and just title it like a video?
Yeah. It's made my life so much. It's actually made it. Doing the live videos has actually made this a lot easier than when I was just pre-recording, because I don't have to do double work. So before, it was like recording it and then having to upload it and do all that stuff. If there was any editing or me having to redo it. So it's actually made my life so much easier.
Yeah. And I told myself, I started going live, showing a lot of this stuff, and it's just, your platform, the way you do, even the way you go live is inspirational. You know what I'm saying? The people are like, even like me, like, I ain't ashamed, girl. I'm saying, girl, I gotta start going live a lot more. Just just the way you do things. What is it? I mean, how does it feel to just like touch so many people, like even with the lives, and then becoming a having your own business, the inks, you know what I'm saying? Especially being a black woman, what is that like? And then once you explain that, could you please tell us about your inks?
Okay. I have a spirit of servitude. It's like when I say like this is what I love. If I could have done it for free, I probably would have. I actually was. And like I said, it was like, look, you got to do something because like you're on there. It was times where, you know, dinner was late, you know, my son was a state. I didn't send my children. I didn't send MJ. We were a little bit more lax with Zion Iman. They always say your second child, you be like, okay, whoever, whatever. But MJ, again, I was truly a stay-at-home mom until he was able to go to like pre-K at a school. He never went to daycare. So there were times he'd come home and MJ can run amok and the stuff wasn't cleaned up. When he was like really, really small, I used to cloth diaper. So sometimes, you know, I may not have rinsed out a diaper or two, and he like, what the heck is coming in the house? What the heck is that smell? Oh, I was doing the video, so it got me in trouble. Especially when it's like you're doing it for free and you're help like
Yeah.
core audience really is like people who want to turn into a business. It'll be different if my core audience were people who weren't like trying to make a profit from it. And he's like, you know, you helping them make all this money. And so he was like, either you figure out a way to make money from it, or you gotta take your behind back to work because we still got bills. We got children. He wanted more children. So I was like, all right, cool. I was one of the first people to have a paid Facebook group. When I tell you I got so much flack from that, I got so many haters. People were reporting me. It goes against Facebook's terms and conditions and all this stuff. Like, I mean, people went in on me, and I was only charging $5.50 to have access. Like, that's all I was charging, $5.50 to be in this, like to be in my group. And I mean, when I tell you it was so much I was like literally one of the first people to do that. And then within a year, Facebook started having paid groups. And I'm like, I used to go to show me the terms and conditions. Oh, I got time today. And I used to go back and forth. I said, if it was against terms and conditions, all these times y'all reported me, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all will be all right. Stop hating. Go ahead and pay that $5.50 to come learn this stuff or whatever. Because I used to be in other groups. And so I was like, I started that one. And then that was cool because he was like, all right, you know, had a bunch of people join. It was like a nice little piece of change. But then once like members like slowed down and it wasn't consistent, like, okay, you got to make, you know, other things. And how I found out about YouTube, I was in someone's group. And again, I was doing it for free. Did not know that there was even a thing as being monetized on Facebook. Someone asked a question, boom, I'm there. I'm a visual person. I'm gonna give you the video, show you exactly how to do it. She said, could you please not do that and post your links in here? We don't allow links for anyone else because this is how I make my money. Wait, girl, wait, hold up. You can make money from YouTube. So, you know, try to play it up so I can find out a little bit more. I was like, okay. I was monetized on YouTube for 3 years before I knew I was monetized.
Oh,
I did not finish. Well, okay. So back in the day when it came to getting your checks from YouTube, they used to physically mail you checks. There wasn't like the direct deposit. So like when she told me about it, so I went and researched whatever. I was already up there as far as like, and the number, you didn't have to have as many. Like really anybody could apply to be monetized back in the day. So I didn't know. I had applied for everything. I did my Google AdSense, all of that. And back then, like I said, they used to send you your checks. So they send you a code to your address to verify that that's you. So they know that, you know, that's where they're sending the check to. Well, I don't know what happened to mine. Don't know what happened to it. And it was literally 3 years later, somewhere in there, where I realized I was monetized. And someone else that I used to follow, like she became monetized and she talked about like her first check. And I'm like, what the heck? I've been doing this for years. I ain't never got no check from YouTube. What the heck is going on? And she mentioned AdSense again. I said, I did all of that. So then I went back and looked and I saw that I was missing that one piece. So I did that and it opened up and it was over 10 grand.
Oh, Lord.
3 years. That sat on over 10 grand.
Oh, boy. With hubby seeing that, I know he was happy.
Yes. Yes. So it wasn't all in vain. And so from that moment, it was like, oh, okay, it's something to this. All right, cool. So it's it really does come from support. That's my mom. I was just about to mention her. That's my mom right there.
Truly, hey, Truly.
Which is truly Sharon. So her name is just Sharon. So that's Mama Sharon. That's
Hey,
Mama
Mama
Sharon.
Sharon.
Style Me
How
Right
you
Designs.
doing? Oh.
And so just support from family and things like that. You know, when times get kind of, you know, she take the kids when I need to go and focus. So it really is. I can honestly say I'm not like other people when they say their family and friends don't support. My family supports. Like there's a lot of entrepreneurs in our family. Like my cousin Bella Dose Delights, she does amazing frigid treats. You know, like we really have a lot of entrepreneurs in our family, and they support. They'll go and, like, you know, hey, what can I do to help your business? Or, you know, I just make a post. You know, they'll send people out my way when I was making shirts. So I'm blessed that I never really had that, oh, your family and your friends don't support you, because we don't rock like that over here. Like, we truly support. So it just makes it really easy for me to do this. So there's times where it gets kind of hard, you know. My marriage has been, you know, like, okay, wait a minute, but my husband ain't gonna never, he can't live without me, you know. But we've had some, you know, some arguments, and we've had some disagreements and stuff like that. So you know, it's not easy at all. It is a sacrifice. MJ, from my break, I always take a break from the lives and stuff at Christmas time. So when I went live New Year's Day, he's like, oh, well, that was fun while it lasted. So I do sacrifice being able to put the kids to sleep, reading them bedtime stories, because they don't like when their dad reads them, because I'm overly animated. So I act out all of the parts to it, because I was also a thespian. So I was in drama and stuff like that. I've done plays and stuff. So it is a lot of sacrifice of time, sacrifice of, you know, of family moments. They've gone out with just even in the boys, and I'm here working. So it's not easy at all. It really is a lot of sacrifice. And I thank God for an understanding husband, like, to the extent of, he understands, but he does get frustrated, but he does understand, and he loves me enough when he ain't going nowhere. So
Hey. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, you know what? You know, and you know, I tell, you know, I tell people like this, you know, well, you know, you're building like a empire, so you have
yes,
to yeah,
yes.
sometimes you have to do a little, put in the work in the beginning, the sacrifice in the long run.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I said I'm building our empire. Like, for me, honestly speaking, HS Inc., all of this, the brand is bigger than what it is now. If anyone knew and saw the plans that I have and the plans that God has for me, it might scare away the average person. But I'm like, nope. Through all of it, I'm just gonna stay the course, and I'm okay with taking it bit by bit, by, like, you know, like, as I put on a post, I'm okay with reaching that ultimate goal, unlocking one achievement at a time. When you play a game, you can't get to the end of the game unless you go through it and you pass every level, you complete each achievement. So I'm okay with getting to my goals by unlocking the achievements, smaller achievements, to get to my goal.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's one thing I kind of learned. I had to watch, because I was like, oh, we just gonna blow up. No. You got to take it one step at a time.
7 years I've been doing you videos.
Wow,
Yeah.
that. I mean, you got content after content after content. So let me before we get to the ink, you say you've been doing it for 7 years. What how is it like? How do you feel like when you answered the question 100 million times, and then they
I
ask
don't
you
care.
again?
I don't care. I don't
You got
care.
to get it done, huh?
No, like, my team gets on me all the time and will say, Shakeya, like, that's what makes your lives go longer. You're going to, why you keep answering the same questions? I've gotten better now, because they get on me and they're like, make them watch the playback. For
Yep.
me, I didn't care. It was like, if they're on here and they're answering the question, I just want to answer it. Does it get frustrating sometimes? Yes. And it makes me question my teaching. So I don't care how many times I have to answer it, but at night I will go and I'll I'll go and cry. I'm like, screaming. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like they're not getting it. They say they learn so much, but I'm like, certain people are asking the same questions all over and over again. I'm like, it's not connecting. What am I doing wrong? Like I sit, like if you see my notebooks, I mean, I'm always writing, trying to figure out what can I do, because I know that every person learns differently. That's
Amen.
why, people say, why aren't you like a teacher in school? When my son went to school, why didn't you become a teacher? Like, when I go there and I see a kid struggling, I'll pull them to a side and I'll ask them certain questions to figure out how they think. And then I'll break that, whatever they're struggling with, I'll break it down so that they can understand it. And, I just never went to teach in a school. But I don't care how many times someone asks the question, I'm literally going to answer it every single time. When I first launched my academy, a lot of my students, like they would go and say, this is literally the No Student Left Behind Academy. But then I had an eye opener and a rude awakening when I went and I asked my people, if you've ever taken my class, what was something that you did not like? What, like, don't tell me the great stuff about it. Tell me what you like, be honest with me, what you did not like and what I can improve on. And I took from that when some of them said, it is frustrating when we have to hold up the class and now we're here 5, 6, 7 hours because we have to keep going back. So as much as I appreciate, I love doing the No Student Left Behind, I had to figure out a way to you know, be okay with they're not going to get it right now. They just
Yeah.
have to watch the playback, because that was a big eye opener for me when they said, I love your classes, but it gets frustrating when we have to keep going back and the other students. So I have to also consider the students who don't need as much help so that they can actually get the most out of my class. So it's many nights I cry and I agonize over, am I doing this right? People think I'm out here like very confident about this, but I struggle with my creative confidence. And that's my platform for 2022, is to help people build their creative confidence, because I struggle with mine.
Yeah. Oh man, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. That man, the creativeness, and then that one thing I say, I'm not really too creative, so I try to help. It depends, but just watching, your watching you and the things, what I'm saying, that you do, help people create stuff and show people how to do stuff. It's definitely inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to hear about. I'm so excited to hear about the ink.
All right. So I guess the only thing that's like kind of new in my journey is me doing sublimation. I knew about sublimation. It's something like it's a way to do custom garments and things like that. So I've known about sublimation for years. I research everything, everything. I research. So much so when I had children, I had tough pregnancies because I've had several miscarriages before I had my first son. And trying to figure out why, and then like going to I researched everything to where when I was going to those doctor's appointments, they would think that like I was in the medical field. They would ask me that. They want to try and talk down to me. No, 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 no. Talk to me the same way you talk to your colleagues, talk to your little doctor friends, your little nurse friends. Give it to me real. And then I would go and like research certain things, especially when it came to the little ones, Zani Mani, because all the different things they threw out at me, when I go research them, and I was looking at like real research papers, not just doing WebMD and stuff. I would go and actually buy and like look at medical journals to get a full understanding of the stuff that they were telling me. So I've always been a researcher. I knew about sublimation. I was using it for like, cheer, where I would just get them printed. I never wanted an actual printer. I had printers for chip bags and all that stuff. But the company that I got my pigment ink from at the time also had sublimation ink. So when I'm telling people about Epson's, I would mention it, but I was never into it. My good friend Ebony, not sure if she came on here, but my good friend Ebony came on, and she was just like, she didn't teach us about sublimation. I was like, I don't have a print. Like, I don't do it like that. She invited me to a group, which we don't name anymore. I became an admin over there, and I was that group. Like, I poured everything into teaching and like learning it from a standpoint of actually physically printing it out myself, understanding the colors, all of those different things. And that was another situation where it got to a point where this was just a step. Like you had to get this full on experience to set you up for your dream. And I realized that, now, as bad as how that situation ended and nasty, it it was for a purpose. So I did that for 2 years. And when the pandemic hit, of course, like I said, sports entertainment is recession proof, one pandemic proof. So it went
Oh,
from being furloughed to them being laid off. And
oh,
it's like, okay, we have a kid that has epilepsy. We have, we have a 10-year-old. We have a house. I had just gotten, like I tell you, I had just got my little Durango. Oh, I'd have been so hurt they would have had to come get my little Durango, baby.
oh, not the Durango.
And it was like all of those things literally crumbled at the right time. Connections that I was working with and promoting people for like other papers, for inks, like it literally all fell off at the right time. And I was always researching. I started selling ink a while before because people were struggling with setting up their 7720s. So to make it easier for them, because where they were getting it from wasn't fully educating them the right way, I went and we ordered ink. I'm very, very thankful for Lewis over at Wifey Made Customs. I got like my first batch of ink and cartridges through his connection overseas. He ordered it because he was selling ink. So he didn't even bat an eye at helping me, even though he was selling ink. So Lewis, y'all don't know, Wife Made Customs, go check him out. He's amazing. I'm indebted to him because he got me started. So I would pre-fill the cartridges so that all they had to do was take out the vent plug, put it in. Like they were just buying a cartridge from the store that had summation ink. And I was selling that. They would always ask, well, dang, Shakeya, like, because I researched. I got the one from him, and then I started researching myself for it. So the first couple ones was just like regular ink. And then once I got my own batch, I was researching. And it was like, Shakeya, this ink is bomb. Like, this better than what I was using, So I was like, no, I don't want to sell it because it was just me. I enjoyed teaching. I never wanted to have a product. I never desired to have a product. I thought I was going to build this empire off of teaching. I was going to open up my own craft school. That was my goal. That was my dream. And so then the pandemic happened, and like I said, everything fell apart. And I'd already done the research. I actually had already gotten ink in, and I already had plans. I never had plans to make it public because I had a summation boot camp coming up. I was just going to sell it to my students. It was going to be a part of that package. Well, one of them, I guess, was I Spy Private Eye, and they went and they was like, they mentioned something. I guess they must have inboxed somebody. Oh, well, I need you to let me know if you're going to do that. I'm like, I don't plan to do it, openly like that because it's just me. And then one thing led to another. It's like, okay, think we should go separate ways. All right, cool. Guess what, y'all? Well, actually, I announced the paper first and then the ink, but I was already kind of somewhat selling it. And when the pandemic happened, it just made it to where we can go full-fledged because I'm just the face. That husband of mine, because of his experience working at American Airlines Arena and a warehouse full of food, like he was the director of purchasing. So all of the food, all of the beverage, all of the liquor, all of the plates, everything like that, it's like he maintained that. So he runs that like a well-oiled machine, and it just worked. So a job that he thought that he was going to be in forever was just a setup for our process now. So that's just how I kind of, got into this. It was by happenstance. I've only like sublimation. It's been like 4 years now, like really doing it.
And what you just doing in 4 years, you done took it to a whole nother level, a whole nother stratosphere. The way you the marketing schemes, the advertising. Like I said, it's almost kind of remind me almost like guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying? It's either us or it's nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, give me 1 second, Mr. T. Hold
Yeah, one has been hitting it. Come on, let's go. I wish hold on. Hold on. Wait. I got some macadamia nuts over here. Hold on. Put them in my tumbler. All right, ready? Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, come on. We gotta make sure we got. Yeah, there we go. Hey, you like to say, we can't have that weak wrist syndrome. We gotta make sure that we work out with that. Make sure we work out, man. We gotta give a shout out to my boy Folk Collins. He been here just clowning, acting a pure D fool. Thank you, Folk Collins, man. We appreciate you in the building. In the building. I gotta go there because he got so many, man. Appreciate all the love and the support, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over there. I let my boy Folk Collins in the building, man. Hey. Thank you so very much, man. Thank you so very much, man. Appreciate your phone callers, man. Showing all this love, man. He hit me up probably about like 10 times.
Yeah, it was coming back to back to back.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. And yep, man. He is truly a blessing, man. My boy out there working hard, trying to grow his business, man. Much love and support to him, man. God, it's still going, man. What coders, man? Thank you so much, man. Hey! And y'all see this Friday night, he must be in the club because he over there throwing y'all. He over there.
Trying to make you sweat again.
Yeah, see.
He really was. Captain Leo said he was making it rain. He was making it rain.
Man, he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. Man, I thank him and appreciate him for, man, all that support and love. Man, that's one thing we got to do. Make sure we make sure we show love to the, well, even like you, Miss Kid, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? My platform is still small, but we are growing, you know what I'm saying? We are mighty. You know what I'm saying? We still making it. And you take time out of your busy schedule to come bless my platform. I really do appreciate it, because like I say, I know you super busy. So just taking the time out, hey, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome.
So like you were saying, I know you was going into a little bit about it with the ink. I'd like to ask everybody, how did the corona truly affect you? So like, I know some people it was a lot of bad things, but in your situation, it was rather more of a good thing.
Yes, it really, really was. I know it was bad for a lot of people, losing their jobs, losing lives, losing loved ones, but it was like it really, really helped catapult our brand and our platform during that time because so many people were home, and then the pandemic, if nothing else, it made it to where people realize, like, people always say, oh, you got to have another stream of income, you got to have other things, and it really made them realize, like, you can have the greatest job ever, but there's something that can literally snatch that away. And so I think a lot of people wanted to make sure that they could like they determined their destiny and what happened. So they wanted their own and not just be reliant on whether or not this company could still pay them. So they wanted to just kind of, have their own. And a lot of people built businesses because there were things that we never thought about doing. And because you were home and things like that, it made it to where you had to think about different things. So people wanted to learn how to do that. You would think that people aren't spending money, but then when the pandemic happened, grad season was like, that was the best like financial season for me and like just my custom stuff, because now parents didn't have to spend all of that money on graduation stuff, prom, this, that, and the third, the hair, the dress, the this, like that's an expensive time of the year. So because they wanted to still celebrate their kids, they were dropping money on like taking that money where they would have, given to somebody else for a different reason, drive-by graduations, where they did have a dress, still kind of having proms and stuff. So that helped me. And then that was like a lot of people built their businesses from that because people were doing like just drive-by stuff. They just wanted a shirt because they couldn't go. So while we're doing Zoom parties and Zoom baby showers, let's wear shirts. So people wanted to learn how to do that. And then like whatever dreams they had before, like when they're 9 to 5, was kind of blocking them and keeping them from doing it. It's like now I ain't got nothing but time. They giving us some stimulus money too. Should I got nothing but time? Like, let's go learn some things. So that really, really, like, the pandemic helped because this is what people needed in that time to be able to build generational wealth and kind of build them a safety net. Even though they went back to work, if something never happens, they know they kind of have a safety net. So it really helped us. We thankfully and prayerfully, we didn't skip a beat. Like, we did not skip a beat in our personal, finances and things like that. So it was amazing for us, and it made it to where, like, for us, not just on the business side, it helped my family. Yep. Like I said, where we worked at, the arena would have a game, a concert, a game, a concert, a conference. So there were times where, like, my husband did not see my children. He would go to work before they got up, for the day, and he would come home after they're sleeping. So there were times where they did not see daddy. And the pandemic made it to where he could actually see, especially our youngest one, see them grow. So it was a blessing for our family as well. And it made us tighter, like being here, all together. We got on each other's nerves, but it really allowed him to see them grow up. And then one of the other things that happened during the pandemic, which was super, super scary for us, our 2-year-old developed epilepsy. He had his first seizure. So I couldn't imagine if Even was because it happened in the middle of the day, to where Even was at work and then he has this seizure and then having to like rush back home if he was like at work. So yeah, our son, and that was scary for me, the pandemic, him having his first seizure, no one else being able to come in the hospital. I had to deal with that myself. My son didn't know who I was. Like, he was just staring off in space for hours. That was the scariest moment as a parent. So when I tell you, it's a blessing and a curse all the way around, because it truly helped the bond between our family and just us being a family.
Man, that's truly a blessing. Truly a blessing. I don't want to get off the subject. I guess I got so excited. I normally like to do this in the beginning. Just in case for some reason there's somebody who haven't heard of you, or they know who you are now, but could you go please, we have the link on the screen right now, let them know how they can get a hold of you, how they can get some of the Honestly Speaking ink. We have the YouTube channel up there now, so the people who's not subscribed, please go over there, subscribe, and let the people know how they can get a hold of you, please.
So there is a link that I sent to you, and I'll go back in and I'll put it in the description. That is a link.
I'm gonna put it in the description. I'm sorry if they just some people be so excited they just can't wait. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So excited.
But that's the best way. So for anyone that's out there, even if you're just starting, right? And let's say, like, even if it just goes to specific things like that, like your bestsellers, your things on like your Instagram, because everything on the internet has like a link to it. So I kind of I was resistant to a link tree, because every time you look at it, it just says link tree. Like, you can't create it like for yourself. It's always connected to them. So I was hesitant about it, but it's been like the biggest blessing too, to have a link tree. So like that one little link, someone clicks on it and it takes you to everything, like all the millions and millions of links. I just saw Shanita Nicole. I tried to write her thing. Get you one, because she has like, her Canva, she has her 101s, she has like, all these different things and stuff like that, like all of her affiliates, Patrice, their affiliates. Once we get you some affiliates and stuff like that, it's great to be able to have those in one place. So definitely click on the link tree. Like, that's the quickest way to get to it. But I have, as far as like just platforms, I have 3 YouTube channels now. I really, one of these days I'm going to get back to the other one. I actually have 4. The other one, if you ever want to see me back in my younger days, I did some vlogs when I was pregnant with MJ. So this was like almost 11 years ago now, almost 12, I was pregnant. And so it was like Journey to Motherhood, because that was my first kid. So I only did it until I was like 17 weeks. I don't see how people did that mess. Like, because like after a while, pregnancy gets boring. Like, ain't nothing new. Okay, the baby kick. All right, y'all want me to come and talk about. So I did that, and then I did like an update with like cloth diapering and like teaching him and stuff. He always asks me, "Mommy, you got that channel? Can we please have a family YouTube channel?" But it's always so much going on. But I have that one. But for teaching, there is 3 of them. So there's Silhouholics Anonymous, which I teach Silhouette Studio, years and years of videos on there. Honestly Speaking, which matches the brand. And that is so that's pretty much right now. Like I'm gonna transition to where it's gonna be anything that is around our product. So whether it's submission or if I'm doing like printing with pigment ink, and we have some other stuff coming too. And then I just started the 365 Creative Academy YouTube, because that's where I'm going to pretty much do everything. And my team said, well, Shakeya, it may be harder for you to make certain moves because people just see you as like just silhouette and not as an all around, even though we know you're all around, but like, you're kind of tied to that brand. So 365 Creative Academy is just going to allow me to branch off into other things and really be my own brand. Like Silhouholics Anonymous, although it's my baby, it's still connected to Silhouette. I still use it, but just developing our own brand and just kind of making strides for that so we can showcase numbers when we want to go and put on a conference and get sponsors in and stuff like that. We just want to show social proof that, hey, they rocking with me. So, sponsor this and, provide some things. So like 365 Creative Academy, honestly speaking, on Facebook and on YouTube. And then the website, hsinc365.com, is where you can get our amazing products. And we just made a big announcement about it. So we just made a major change. Like that lets folks know it's not about us, because we just made an amazing change, like a big change that most people were like, why in the heck would you do that?
Yeah, because I see you had a big announcement like yesterday. Yeah, I was like, oh, I was seeing they were like cutting price. I was like, oh, I need to order me some.
Yep. So that would mean that was a hard conversation to have with Even, but yeah, as of the 6th, that was yesterday, because today's the 7th. I just realized who we mainly serve. And although crafters and hobbyists, they will benefit from it, I recognized who I truly serve. And that is, like I said, a person that is trying to build their own generational wealth. They want to start their own business. And the name of the game for them to profit more is to buy low, sell high. That's the name of the business. And, we pay a lot. Like, our last shipment was 16,000 just for the shipping. That wasn't the products. That was 16,000 just for the freight. So to put that kind of money up front, he's like, whoa.
Man, that's a lot. I mean, that's like not including the product. You mean
nope.
that's
no product.
Woo! That is a look. I'm sorry. You see me wiping my eyes and stuff. I want to cry.
It's a lot, and I mean, when you don't know what's going to happen, if someone's going to buy it, and you have to put that money up. That's not including the actual product. That's just the freight to get it from over there to the port of Miami. And just living off of faith that people are going to buy it for you because you got to put that money up, so you have to recoup that money. So it was a hard conversation to have, because again, I live off confirmation, and when God speaks to me, I try and move on it. And I was convicted in what I'm doing. And yes, we did great, and that our last year made it to where I can make that decision. Because it's like, dude, you made almost $500,000. Like, why would you go? Your prices are great. They're buying it at the price that you have. Why would you go and drop it? But it's like, I know who I serve. So to help them profit more, I made a decision for us to cut our profits, because that just makes me hustle more. If I want to go and I want to go past the $500,000, I want to hit $1 million, I know that I have to do the work to reach more people. And the more people that I reach, that means it's helping them. And it's just a big circle where we're all helping each other. So yeah, we literally dropped, like, some of the stuff is like 25%, like a 25% drop.
Ooh.
But it to me, it's it's for the greater good, and I'm just
Yeah.
hoping, I'm praying, like, the Lord ain't impart this in me for no reason. He gonna make it happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, hold on to faith.
One thing I can say, I definitely want to give you props, on that, because like right now, everybody is raising their prices for definitely what's going on at the, because they wasn't unloading the ships. So
Mm-hmm.
hold on, y'all. So hold on, y'all. Let me say this right quick. Let me grandstand a little bit. So what you doing like right now is unheard of. To like even me, I had to raise my prices because people are not getting their products for like I said, people. Okay, for people who don't know what's going on at the docks, they are not unloading ships to where consumers are not getting their products. So what people are doing, since they're not getting their products, they're raising the prices because they still have to feed their family. So what's so much of a blessing about you is where everybody is raising their prices, and it could be real easy for you to raise your prices and collect so much money right now. You know what I'm saying? You doing the right thing and lowering the prices because it's hard out here. Girl, that is a blessing. I mean, it's just blow my mind. Congratulations. I salute you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because but then again, what do you expect? You've always been a trendsetter.
Thank you. But the one thing though, maybe it's a blessing, and where I live at, I don't deal with a lot of that congestion. That's the people who got to get their ish on the West Coast. I'm in Miami. We got 2 ports here that stuff can come to. And if that was congested, they can take my ish to the Gulf Coast, and it's still faster for me to get it shipped via like a freight company to go from the Gulf Coast to Miami, where a lot of people are getting it sent in through California, and they have to then still pay. So that's a little thing too. So if there is anyone where you're wanting to get into this, be a Blinksman and stuff like that, they may want to send it there. Try and find another port that's not as congested. Don't get me wrong, they have their stuff there, but it's not like California because it's on that side. It's the quickest way to get it to the US. So a lot of stuff comes in through there. But for me, it's a blessing because we have 2 ports right here in South Florida, and then we have the one on on the on the Gulf Coast. So there is like a bunch of ports for Florida. So I got ways to get mine. Should I don't know about everybody else. But it was, and that's the thing too. This our freight was the highest that it's ever been. It went up.
Yeah.
Like they now have a congestion fee, so there are added fees to it. So yeah, our stuff went up for us, but I know the purpose of my business and why I started it. So
that is just a blessing, a blessing. Now, one thing I'm curious, because you're so talented, I'm just curious. If you wasn't like if you never got into the t-shirt game, what would you be doing?
well, and also didn't get fired.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'd be somebody, regional manager, regional director, CEO. Damn, well, not the CEO, but like regional. That's what I thought I probably would. But if anything, if I didn't go into the military, I probably would have seriously pursued my my dreams of being an actress. Like I love theater, and I was telling even that too. I was like, if I would have done it, I was thinking about like the big screen and movies, but I am one that thrives more so off of theater. When you do movies, it's like you have to, you don't like, director don't like how you did it. Oh, cut, and you got to keep redoing stuff. Don't nobody have time for that, man. Let's get through this. Y'all fix that on the end. Like we got to keep. Oh, turn your head this way. Do it that way. I don't like that part of it. But when you are doing a play, it's live. Whatever mistakes you make, hey, it is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna tell you to cut. So I probably, hopefully by now, like if I would have stuck with it, I would have had me like a Tony Award or something.
Yeah. So you say you be in acting, huh?
Yes.
Okay. That that's definitely interesting. I you know what? I never would have thought, but I never would have thought acting. But I mean, when you get on, I mean, you live. You know what I'm saying? So I could see, and I think you good with like the play along. You know what I'm saying? So I think the play would definitely be good because you good with. I could see you ad libbing. You know what I'm saying? It's come right off the top of the head.
Oh yeah, I got in trouble with one of my plays for that because I like in certain things I did. One of these days, my son loves it. I have to pry the CD away from my son, but I'll probably post a clip of one of my plays.
Oh wow! Now that would definitely be cool, super cool. I bet. Hey, I would love to see that, man. I bet that'll be interesting. Say that right there gonna go viral. Okay. I see they got started one more again. I want to give a shout out to a few people. I want to say thank you. Let's make sure we get this wrist together. Say give a special shout out to Miss Catherine Ruiz. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I be wanting to go, but I gotta make sure she's a lady. Then we want to give another shout out to Miss Avery Hart. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Y'all know I be wanting to just go over here, but she's a lady. Thank y'all so much for the super chat. I really appreciate. Hold on one second. Hold on. We got Miss Lorraine Wood, and she says, "Thanks for sharing our profession with the rest of the world." Oh, we thank the professor for coming over here and giving us all that knowledge. Thank you, Professor. Oh, y'all gotta watch it, cause hey, she's a lady. And I see my boy Folk Connors is back at it again. Folk Connors, thank you, So definitely thank everybody for coming out here. Make sure we can come up, boy. I'm so sorry, y'all. My boy Jay Dizzle, 13 from JD's Corner. What's up, hey y'all? We gonna give JD a new nickname. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the long dreads and all that voice. We gonna start calling JD Uncle Snoop. What's up, Uncle Snoop? Hey, Uncle Snoop. What's going on? Man, we thank them so much. Thank y'all so much. Okay. Oh God, here we go again, y'all. I'm so sorry. Folk Connors that got started again. Man. Boy, I sure appreciate y'all, man. Y'all come out here and show your boy so much love. Boy, I just don't know how to. Well, thank y'all. Gosh, I just want to make sure we don't miss nobody. So, Miss Professor, can you tell us something that most people would be surprised to know about you?
Surprise. I'm very open.
Yes.
So I don't know. Surprised to know about me. I don't know. I mean, because even with how I got with my husband, with my personality, people probably won't even be surprised about that. That I'm the one that text message, like I sent a message to him on Valentine's Day and just said Happy Valentine's Day, and it just and he couldn't get enough of you, girl. I don't know. Like I'm trying to think. What was something somebody would be surprised? I don't know. I share so much. I don't know if. I don't know.
Oh wow! But what? That is so good, so much of a blessing that what I'm saying. Great YouTubers, they don't like. I be getting in trouble. Baby, be so bad. You just tell them everything. We can't have no secrets. You just, I'm like, well, baby, these is my people. You know what I'm saying? We talk to them. That's what we do. We share everything. It's just love. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk. I don't share. Well, I'm sorry. It's just how we is. We a close night lit family. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down.
Okay, so I'll make it lighthearted because as we can tell, I'm African American. I don't like watermelons. I can't stand. Let's see what else is stuff that like I don't like that like it's like maybe stuff like that like I can't stand watermelon. Ugh, drives me nuts. So I don't know.
Another question I love to ask all my crafters. Name your biggest success. Just the one job you did where it just came out great. You were surprised. You just like, yeah, man, that's what that is right there. I like that. Or maybe your biggest order or
trying to think. So I guess it would be which I hopefully none of them are watching because I don't know if they actually knew. So I was a cheer coach at and when I went on that park, they all didn't like love me. Some of them did, they didn't, love me like that. And one of the years, I had registered for a team, but they didn't have enough participants for that one. So I didn't really have like a team. Like I didn't have a squad. I was just on the park, like just helping out wherever. And I had got into like doing shirts and stuff like that. I had a friend of mine. We basically shared a heat press for a year. It was hers. She would leave it over here and stuff like that. And we basically share the heat press. And I learned about like screen print transfers. I can't even remember the guy's name. It was an older guy that I learned about like screen print transfers. So when it came time for them to do their jackets, I kind of told a little fib. It's like, oh, I know someone that can do it. Like I did all this stuff. I gave them the quote because I thought that they would not. Because I would say, I think I know, like I would say, like it was me, like they would not have, let me take on the job. So I designed like this dope, like the emblem for the back. They were just like, oh man, like this was like great or whatever. And so I kind of like told her like a little fib that, okay, I was going to be working with someone, like someone else going to do it, but it was like all on me. That's how I got my first, like my own first heat press, my first 16 by 20. And so that was like the biggest order and it was for the whole park. And so then to hear, like, it's kind of bittersweet because when they were like, oh man, these turned out so amazing. Like they're so dope, da, 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 da. And it's kind of like a fictitious, a fake person, fictionary person got like the credit for it, but it was all me. But it was great to know that they loved it. So that was like my biggest one because that really made it to it. Like I really got into like the t-shirts. Now, all of those who probably were like, iffy on it, when I tell you, they're not going to let anyone like really do their shirts. Like they all come to me. Like I have one parent where for all of her kids, I've done graduation stuff for her kids, birthday stuff for her kids. When the other people on her part going to somebody else, no, I'm going to Kia. Like can't nobody else touch my stuff. Like, I'm only going to her. It's the designs. So like for me, I think that was my proudest moment or like my biggest moment is because I hid behind someone, but then to see the reaction to the design, so much so to where one of the parents decided to copy my design to make her own like shirts and sell them. I was a little ticked off. I'm like, oh, so because they wanted to match the girls. But again, because I kind of hid behind someone else, they didn't know that I could do that for the parents as well. So that was it was a lesson learned. And I missed out on an opportunity to not just do the cheer jackets and the coaches shirts. I could have had the job to do the parents also, but somebody else ended up basically taking my design. And, once the kids had it, she went and recopied it in a way that wasn't quite like mine. And then so I got to and to be like the crazy part is I didn't know it until we got to competition. And I'm looking at all these parents with my design on the front. Wait a minute, where y'all get my ish? And yeah, so like that was the big, like my greatest, like it was like the biggest lesson I learned in this business. And and from that moment on, I wasn't hiding behind nothing. She did it. It was her. It was me. because of that situation. So that would probably be the defining moment. Yeah, biggest moment, biggest order, and most defining moment.
Oh man. Now,
oh yeah, my mom is saying that, and then I end up being able to do the football helmets it was for one team, and then like the next year I was so overwhelmed I end up doing like all the helmet decals for pretty much almost every team on the park. Yeah, the next year. Yep.
Dang. That's what I'm talking about. I say that word of mouth is a beautiful thing, and those designs. See the creativity. That's I wish I had that creativity. I could just make something and they see it. I be making some people like, "Ooh, that's it. Hey, that's all the best you could."
No.
Hey, we're gonna give a special shout out to Miss Dawn. Definitely appreciate her. She said, "The professor, you are my inspiration and blessings. Thank you so much." Thank you, Miss Dawn. Oh, and she's the lady. Yes. I love Miss Dunn DIY Flavor Shack. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now, the second part to the question is: you've told me the greatest success. Now we want to know the greatest failure.
Ooh, it's going back to my event planning days, and so I would say like going back to my like my event planning days, and I'm trying to remember which one it was, and I just took on too much. It was again like a lesson learned, and just taking on too much to where I was so embarrassed by like not being able like, and that's someone's special moment. So in trying to be like the creative and do it all, and that's why I took now like for me it's about the vision and how I put stuff together, but to kind of have someone feel like, you know, their special moment wasn't as special as it could be because certain things weren't in place. So it just taught me a lesson about, you know, trying to take on too much.
Yeah.
And it's okay to, you know, for me it was hard sharing my vision to like another treat maker or like someone else, and things like that. So it was yeah, kind of, you know, to feel that and like, you know, someone be upset, but at the same time kind of just teaching me, you know, it's okay to not do everything.
Amen. You ain't lying. Now one thing I like, you know, I try, you know, I do my best to pay attention. When you, I remember when you was talking earlier, you was saying you're stubborn, and somebody was saying they think your birthday is in May, and I was thinking I am stubborn and bullheaded. I am a tyrant. So when you said, I was like, oh, that sounds just like me. I want it my way, or it's the highway. So I was thinking, I wonder, is your birthday in May? Are you a Taurus too?
No, so I'm not a Taurus. I am in May. I am a Gemini.
Okay.
So just sad because I have two.
You did say Gemini.
But my son is, so my first son is literally on the cusp. So he has the traits of a Gemini and a Taurus because he's technically supposed to be a Gemini, but he was born on May 20th, which is the cusp of both. So my son is a Taurus, but I'm a full-fledged Gemini because my birthday is May 30th. So yes, I am very, 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 very stubborn. It's the two sides of me. So yes, Dawn, we are birthday twins. We have the same birthday.
That is so special.
And she's one of my students, and we have the same birthday. Yep.
Oh,
that's oh my God, Taz, what are you doing? Yes, I do all. She's one of the people where I can never tell her no, even when I'm like, I don't have time, and I will stay up all night long for the people that I love. I stayed up, and yep. So I do all of her graduation vest, her sister, fans. She don't care, girl, whatever. Okay, but this is what I need. I'm not gonna go to nobody else. Like, you can forget that. So figure it out. So okay, wait. See, she went and she said, so I gotta put her on blast real quick. So as sweet as I am, and I was a nerd who also liked to fight. So I used to get into some fights, and so that I would not get in trouble, there was this girl, because there's a situation and they tried to jump me, And well, this one girl, she tried me, whatever. I ended up kicking her butt on the bus. And so then because I beat her up so bad, her and her people tried to come jump me. So my friend right there, when I tell you we are flip mode Toon Squad, she saw them coming after me and she damn near jumped off the staircase and jumped her homegirl head. So I would have again. So when I tell you, like, that's my ride or die right there from high school, like, yeah, she didn't play about me.
Girl, let me find out you riding and bad it. So I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Look at her, Taz. I know you brought Taz Andrew to make sure I stay in line. Look at her. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. You heard me? Hey, Andrew, you can put the gun down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be known as a dude that got beat up by a girl. You know what I'm saying? I already see, you know what I'm saying, the track record and all that. So look at her. I'm just saying, I'm putting it down. I don't want no smoke.
Toon Squad.
Yeah, is it Toons? Is it the Looney Tunes or the Toon Squad?
We all had different names. So she was Taz. My name in school was Bugs, like Bugs Bunny. Like my husband just got, like, he was clearing out the garage and stuff because we're about to make some changes for the business and like some other stuff. And so he got just like put up all of my Bugs Bunny stuff. So we all had different like tune names, but it wasn't all like that. So she was Taz, I was Bugs. We had like a Pooh Bear, we had Pinky, like Pinky in the Brain. We had like so many, like we all had different characters. So we were just known Flip Mode Toon Squad. Because that's when Flip Mode, Busta Rhymes. So it's Flip Mode Toon Squad.
Toon Squad? I like that. You know what I'm saying?
That was the first keychain. I still have that somewhere. I made us a keychain in graphics class. That was one of the first things I made. And I still have it. That was in 1998. And I made us a Toons. Like, I learned about buttons. So I have like a button machine here, but I made my first buttons in high school. And that was one of the first buttons I made. Like, it's a keychain button. I still have it for the Toon Squad. Mine all had different colors.
Nothing say some things just never die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, baby, we don't die. We love to fly. So I have a 2-part question because I know real brief. I know, you know what I'm saying, we got to get you out here. It's so busy. Like I said, I thank you for your time. First part question: what do you say to the people who have the silhouette in the box, haven't did anything, too scared to bring it out? And what do you give to them? Part one. And number two, the person who is they're really getting to it. You know what I'm saying? What do you give that person that advice that's either, scared to get a brick and mortar, or somebody who's like ready to take that jump to, maybe leave their, quit their business, quit their job and start doing it full time? Could you answer those two parts, please?
So this is something that most, like, I'm always like, I say it sometimes, but I try and be reserved because I feel like people take, like, when you're wanting them to do great and encourage them, they want to just hear the positives. Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it. I'm actually the opposite. Told you I'm rebellious. I'm actually the opposite. And I know from experience, like I said, where I went and I tried to do everything, trying to do team too much, trying to do too much at one time, and I say this from experience. And a lot of people are intimidated and they are afraid to take it like out of the box and get started because they're in these groups and they're seeing all this stuff that people are doing. And it's like, it can become overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So my advice, like, really is, it's great to look at it and be inspired. That's my thing. I use ink instead of in and for everything. So it's great to be inspired by it, but pick one thing and focus on that one thing first. The rest of it will come. Whether you learn it all now or not, you're not going to be an overnight success. It's so much to this. So it's better to take it one piece at a time, and then you can grow. Once you can handle that, all right, now let's move on to something else. So the one piece of advice that I would go, like, if you're afraid of it, pick one thing. One of the easiest things is vinyl. That's another, like, for business to business. That's how I got into like really working with other businesses. With my, I got my Cameo more so for because I'm an event planner. I wanted to be able to do print and cuts, my own centerpieces, cupcake toppers, all of that. Remember, I told you I was trying to do it all myself. But my sister broke her phone. Every time you turn around, she was breaking her phone. And I think I had to go pick up her phone or go to the cell phone place. And they had two cases, a Samsung case and a iPhone like stand. And they had just a piece of paper on there and it was just taped up and it was all falling apart. So I didn't say anything. I just looked at it. Okay. I kind of like, kind of put my hand up there like I was like resting it, but I was measuring it like with my hand. Knew how big to do it. So I came back and I said, okay, here you go. So I made a blue one for Samsung, a red one that said iPhone, and put it on there. Like he never knew that I was going to do whatever. I just did that to where he wanted me to end up doing like the full glass thing, there. So it's like literally just taking it like one step at a time. I originally got into it for paper crafting, but then knowing how to use it for like vinyl and seeing all that other stuff, I got into it. I didn't know that it would kind of turn into what it is now, but vinyl is a really great place to start. Paper crafting is great and doing the print and cuts. Now, if you have a desire and like that's the industry you want to get in, focus on that. Don't worry about sublimation. You would think I would tell you, nah, get into sublimation. Come get this good paper. Come get this good ink. No, don't focus on that. Find that one thing, start there, and the rest will come because you have no choice but to learn and grow because some of the same things that it takes to design for paper crafting or design for vinyl, you're going to take those same skills and it's going to make, when you expand, it's going to make it easier because you then have a better understanding of the graphic designing software, how the machine works, materials, how long it takes to do things. So I'm actually kind of, it's to trust me when I say it is from a place of encouragement to say, don't try and do it all at one time, to take it step by step. And as far as like the business side, this, I mean, as great as it seems like to be able to make money, there's so many stresses behind it. There's so much more to running a business than just your product, just your service. There's so much back of the house stuff that it is ridiculous. And if you're trying to so-called start a business, but you're also still trying to learn your craft, you're setting yourself up for failure. You are truly setting yourself up for failure. You're going to end up 10 steps back before you find yourself moving forward because you're trying to learn two things at one time, which are very, very demanding. So for someone who's kind of wanting to get into this, learn your craft. I didn't start off making money from this. I got money from people giving me basically a tip. I was doing stuff for free. The first time, like the first or second time I did the first time I did balloons myself, it was for my grandmother's party. I forgot which age she would turn in that year because I know MJ was what, like one then, and I end up doing like these balloons and stuff, DIYing like everything, whatever for them. And then like my next big one was my sister-in-law when she had her first daughter, and I end up doing the balloons. It's like a lot of balloons. I was like, I think she just paid for the balloons. I went and did all that stuff, and then she gave me an envelope with $200 in it. I was like blown away. So when you're doing it that way and you are learning your craft and you're just giving it, hopefully you're, doing it for free for people who will still bless you either to give you a tip or just give you a shout out, refer other people to you. And from those, I was taking on other jobs and I wasn't getting paid for them. Like it was the experience. Every time I did a party or an event, it was like the experience to learn. And like I learned something new every single time. Like with my balloons, what can I use to make them all the same size? Having a better setup for like the presentation of it. So every time I was learning something. And I really did not charge for it. I was like truly, truly learning the entire time. And then once I did that, I understood like when I'm pricing, I knew the price right because I knew exactly what went into it to be able to do all of these different things. So for someone that's just starting, I used to give away, I did a lot of stuff for free. And it may seem, backwards because you're doing it's like, okay, I need to make ends meet. Hopefully you're doing it and helping people who are actually going to bless you again, or just know that it will come back to you. May not be right when you need it. And I know it's hard to think about it, because especially if you have kids, you're like, okay, I need to pay this bill, I need to do this, do that, and you have these skills. But I'm telling you, like, I did for years and years. Like, I wasn't charging anything, but it made it to where once I was ready to understand the business, I can focus on building a business and understanding the business side, and not also trying to figure out the creative side. So that will probably be like the one for a startup, is learn your craft first. Learn things about the business, but don't jump into trying to make it a business right out the gate. So many people just learn something, do something. Okay, yep, I'm selling this. Like, okay, yep, send me orders. And I'm like, you can't do that, because when something goes wrong, you're going to end up like, yeah, you did it right the first time. You know how many messed up tumbles I got up? Look, I know how to make tumbles. I mean, messed up tumbles I got around this piece. So where,
Mm-hmm.
that can be frustrating when you don't know how to recover from those mistakes. So yeah, so for trying to get into it, learn what it is that you're trying to build a business off of. Learn and master that, and then work on the business side. Um, So if you kind of are established in what you're doing, and you are ready to kind of like move to that next level, learn from all experiences. When I like think about like with my like sponsorships, I've had people approach me and I've turned down sponsorships because I did not understand the game of how much to like charge like certain contracts and stuff. I watched like Kev on stage, and like him and his wife, and like how they've grown with so many different sponsorships. I have emails where people have offered me like to sponsor, and I turned them all down. One, it doesn't, some of them don't just align, and I'm like, not about money. And others, it's just, trying to really understand that, I do affiliate links, but for a sponsorship, my name, my brand is called Honesty Speaking. I am my brand. Like, for me to put my, like, it's like me putting my stamp of approval on it. I'm an influencer. I'll go. I had one girl, she was like, if you say go get it, I'm going to go get it. So I'm
Yeah.
very strategic, about that. So I learned about business from other businesses that had nothing to do with what I do. So if you're trying to get in business, like, learn from a business that has nothing to do with your actual business, because you're going to know all of those things. Looking at theirs from the outside in helps you understand it a little bit more. So like, all of my experiences has helped me get here to where I can speak to any business owner. I was an intern at a radio station. I was in the Air Force. I installed security systems, climbing up into attics. I've been the operations manager for a business, so for the coffee company. I've seen every part of sports entertainment. I've been an event planner. I've been an entrepreneur. So I have all of these experiences that has helped me develop this business and what I'm doing now. And that's just learning from all sorts of things. My techniques, I learned techniques from watching others. How I glitter a cup came from me watching somebody crumb coat a cake to put icing, and how they do that. So it's really learn from other businesses, and know when it's time to spend money to make money to get to the next level. There are certain things that, the big dogs aren't going to give you their blueprint, aren't going to give it to you for free. So you have to go and develop it where you are, so that you can save that money and you can pay for that help and those resources.
Yeah, and that's why another reason, excuse me, we appreciate you, so much, because you on here giving away the free game, and all the knowledge, and man, it's just it's beautiful. I thank you, and then and I really appreciate you, because these people are sending these wonderful messages to you. You know what I'm saying? I got to tell you thank you. Just Miss Catherine Ruiz.
He's a
Just say
kind of confident.
just say the professor changes lives. She teaches from the heart. Thank you for being my. Oh, thank you for being my friend.
Travel down the road and back
Back,
again.
yeah.
That is true. She's a pal and a con. And rest in peace. I don't like 2021. I'm like, no, Betty White. I can't believe it. I thought I was gonna like live to be 150 years old. Man, that was a hard one for me.
Oh wow.
Betty White, that was a hard one for me. I grew up on. I still watch Golden Girls. I got an old soul. I love that show.
Oh yeah, Betty White. She just
Yeah.
passed, huh?
And her birthday is on the 17th. 10 days from now.
Man, she been around doing it for a long time, man.
Yes.
Shout out to Betty White, man. Oh man, shout out to Betty. Oh, hold on. Oh man, hold on. There we go. Oh, and let's finish with Cathy to say thank you for being my friend. Down the road and back again. That shit was.
That's what I was saying. She did the Golden Girls.
I just read a little bit. I was like, shoot, I just started singing.
Yeah, she did the Golden Girls.
Thank you, Miss Cathy Ruiz. Thank you. Oh, because she's a lady. And we have another one more. Hold on. Let's see, Jennifer Bell said, Catherine, I agree. The Crafty Leo says, I learned that Silhouette 7 years ago, and the rest is history. Hold on, one more second. Let's get right there to it. Internet is cruel. They will eat you alive. Yeah, you right about that, boy. You watch who you. But let's give a special shout out to the Crafty Leo. I see she's trying to get that 2-1 gun salute. Hold on. Let me get started. We gotta get the wrist. Yeah, we gotta we gotta get that wrist right. Look at that form. Oh yeah, look at the form. Look at the form. Look at that form. Hey, she's a lady. Hey. Thank you so much, Crafty Leo. Like I said, y'all want to get y'all a bill. Y'all make sure y'all holler at Eve, the baby's booty. All you have to do is become a member, and she will send you out a Sir McQuacken. Well, Mr. Kid, I do appreciate you. Like I say, man, we getting close to to our time. Girl.
I took a nap, and I took a nap. So, like, not too late because I do have like some things, but if you have other questions, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So, I know one thing I usually save this for last, but I definitely want to ask this because I know, like I say, you always have a lot of things going on. You always see in the future. What is it that we can expect from? Honestly speaking, Silaholics Anonymous, what can we expect to see in 2022?
I don't know what exactly the future holds. Today, tomorrow, is not promised to us. But as far as the plans and the goals that I have is to just continue to grow to I want C 18+1 to go on nobody's business so that I can have like a school here. We want to be able to expand our tagline. Even though we started with just paper, just ink, like what's on there, it says your ultimate one-stop shop for your printing needs. Our goal is to make additional strides this year where we can live up to that and have different things for businesses. It may not happen now, but I plan to unlock the achievements to reach the goal. We have Michael's, Hobby Lobbies, and different craft stores for crafters. So I am actually working to change the narrative and like in that that terminology for those who are creative entrepreneurs, and I call them creatives because in this it's so much more than crafting. You go to a craft store to just be able to go do crafts and do DIY stuff, but we're working to build generational wealth through our skills that we have learned and being very creative. So at some point here in the near future, whenever it happens, I want, honestly speaking, to be a business store for entrepreneurs to where you can go to Michael's and you can buy stuff retail, but there's really not places like major chains where someone as a business owner can go and get those things when they need them like locally. So I want to be able to start that and have franchises of it and have one here, there. Like Michael's, they got like 30,000 of them within a couple feet. Like I want that for businesses in every single state. To what I'm doing now, we have people who, they sell blanks and they sell them at a good cost versus buying them retail, but you always have to do that online. So my ultimate goal is for HS Inc. to be basically a host, like just like a regular store where people can come in, just like you would your Michael's, your Hobby Lobbies, but it's for those business creatives to continue to help them buy low and sell high. Not everybody wants to deal with the issues of China and dealing with the imports and paying that 16 grand for some shipping to be able to get certain things that they need for their business. I want to be like, hey, we're going to take that on. We're going to get this stuff over here. And it's for you guys to be able to come and shop, where when you have that last minute order and you need to be able to go somewhere and run in and be able to do something. So come on, I know y'all about to close in 10 minutes, but I got this order. And I want that for business people. So that's like one of the goals. And I want to start with it, of course, in South Florida. So we do plan to add other things to the line, but right now we operate from home. We're still in our garage. So wanting to move, I'm hoping that, people see what we're doing and really support so that it's easier for Even to, fully, he's on with the vision and he's, he gets it. But I want to be able to be in like stores, like, on other websites, because there's some websites that have other brands, like they don't have their own, they have other brands. So my goal is to get our paper on those websites. And I really want to help other creators, other small business owners.
Exactly. One thing. I guess I have a few questions. I like to pick your brain. Ask the professor. Let me see if I can't get some one on one.
Go ahead.
As somebody who, like I said, like has their own brand and trying to grow, what advice would you give to somebody like me? Still, we still in the struggle, still trying to grow the brand, get it out there. What would be a good way for me to do as far as advertising and getting my brand out there?
One of the things that I have learned, and I'm like somewhat being okay with it, is truly represent like your brand, like in everything. You help a lot of people, and if this is something that's new when it comes to DTF, they're looking for your help to be able to build their own. So it's like not being afraid, like, well, I'm going to speak to you, like not for everyone else, like even for you. And what you're doing is not be afraid to charge for the knowledge that you have. You have something that's valuable and that you know this so much so to where you were able to go out and be able to get what is it saying? If you're white, not please say, because I tried to say it earlier today.
Said if the white ain't right, the image.
Oh, wait, go ahead. Say it first. Go say it.
If the white ain't, I got a couple of. If your image ain't white, that means your white ain't right. And if your white ain't right, your image ain't right. The DTF, the white is the most important thing, so it don't bleed through. So I say sometimes if your image ain't right, because it goes both ways. If your image ain't right, or if your white ain't right, it ain't gonna be right. So the white is that's one thing I advertise as my white, even though I sell everything. But the white is the most important thing. That's why I pushed it. Instead of going to all these websites, I pushed the most important thing, and you might as well get everything else while you're there.
Yeah. So the Unleashed Crafter, I knew she's gonna come. So the Unleashed Crafter is my boo Ebony, and I embarrass her every time because if it wasn't for her just going and just putting invite this person to this group, there would be no Honesty Speaking brand, because that's where like I then I didn't learn anything from. I'm gonna say, like, I don't mean like that, like not to say like nothing I didn't know, but it made it to where I researched it more, I tested more by being in it. Like I put more energy into perfecting my teachings for sublimation, and who I am right now, like that's her right there. I can't wait to where I go and I'm big time and we can chill out in our summer home because she where it's cold at, and we gonna go to where she gonna be big and we can go and take trips and we gonna have our little, we have our little beach house. It's gonna be a summer home for her and she can come and just chill out with me in Miami. Like I'm so serious. Like I always embarrass her when I say it. And yes, I did a lot of work, but For the sublimation game, I didn't put a lot of energy in it. So if it wasn't for her inviting me to that particular group where it was basically I took over and I made it like it was mine,
Okay.
honestly speaking, wouldn't exist. So I owe a lot to Miss Ebony the Unleashed Crafter.
Thank you, the Unleashed Crafter. Because if it wasn't for her, it'd be a lot of us in trouble.
But so for you, it's one for the brand. Okay, so can I be very, 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 very honest with you?
I hope so. I pray you would. I pray you would.
So I love what you are doing here for this community. And no offense to anyone else, but we are of a culture where people think that people of our culture don't support each other, that
Yeah.
we have a crabs in a bucket, the negative part of crabs in a bucket mentality. So what you do in trying to help people, like bring awareness to someone, even if it's just two people who didn't know about that person, that's two more people that like two more followers, subscribers that person gained. So I thank you so very much for what you are doing. But at the same time, I don't feel like in your channel and what you do and having your ink that you do and you put enough emphasis on that so
Yeah.
where people will know. When we come here and you hear people and they talk about it, it's great. But I would love to see more content because people ask me all the time about DTF. Do I know about it? Yes, I can probably tell them a lot other than like full on converting it. So it might seem like it's repeat information over. I mean, that's how and people like they become knowledgeable. Someone maybe didn't see your video that you did breaking it down, showing the printer. I remember I watched you sat there and do all that stuff to that printer. Someone probably didn't see that. Recycle it,
Yeah.
do it again. So as much as I enjoy, I watched like the game show. I don't always get to watch it live, but I went back and watched it. And yes, they only had 2 strikes. You tried to cheat my people out of that one strike. That wasn't even cool. Because that team was my girl Shannon. Like she's from Florida too. I was like, he's not gonna do Florida.
Innate.
Cool. So so I would really like to see from you more of your brand, your content. Like that's what I think like would really, help you. I, don't know like how you are like on like Facebook with going in and even in groups like sublimation groups, you would think that you don't have an audience in there and a voice in there because sublimation is limiting. People are always looking for that. Okay, what are other options? So yeah, you can go and answer their question. You can go and you can do easy sub and do this, but there's also this thing, as far as DTF, having more information about like, okay, this ain't something. This ain't sublimation. You don't want to go jump into this. Come over here, get this research about what to expect with this, the pros and the cons, the maintenance of it and all that stuff, and truly educating people on it. So while I love what you do, I really would like to see you do more content for DTF to be able to help your brand and to become a force to be reckoned with in this, because there are a lot of people who are who are coming into this now and don't even really know about it, but they're trying to capitalize off of it. And you've put so much time and energy into it. One of the things, like, I'm not sure if you're comfortable with it, even with the program, because you have to have that RIP software, introducing people to that, like all facets of it, put more energy into that.
Yeah, you know what? I can honestly say that is definitely my goal for 2022, and I already got started. Got my setup. I tried last week, but you know how I'm just learning. I finally got the laptop together. I've been screaming for that for months, and then you have the phones to show the different things. And I guess I tried it last week, and I couldn't get the echo to stop. I don't know where the voice was, but that is the big deal, because like you say, 16,000 just on shipping.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just, we don't need them just sitting back there on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
We need them moving.
Yeah. And so, I'm a resource here. So I'll tell you the thing with your like with it echoing, depending on what you're using. When you go to mute, you're like take the volume down. You can't just take it down. You have to take everything down. So like when you look on there, like it's like one for phone, one for media, especially if you're going to do it through like StreamYard, you're going to try and put up other phones to be able to do it. You're going to have to turn down the audio on that. If you don't do it that way, webcams, like some of them are good, some of them are like, aren't so great, but like just getting, like I have literally like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got like maybe like 3 more coming. Webcams are great because then you can easily switch and you don't have to worry about more so like phones. Phones can give you sometimes better quality than some of the webcams. And then it's just still one microphone. So you don't get that feedback. But you've never reached, I mean, I do this all the time. You can reach out. I give you those little things like that you don't know until it happens. I mean, I've had it where, I've had echo and I had to figure it out. Like I know that I can't use my tablet or like when I do it, the audio has to come from my Galaxy Note and not my computer, because there's no way to completely cut off the speaker on my tablet. Phones, you can cut off the speaker. Tablets, you can't. So I had to learn that the hard way. So don't struggle along. You have people here who, like, especially within me, that I know when I learn from all of my experiences and I share that with them. And I think that's what sets me apart is it's so many different things, like little things that people don't think of. And it's like, it's the smallest thing. And I've experienced it and I learned from it. So if you ever have stuff like that and want to know like equipment, you got your man box.
Thank you. And that's, and that's my thing. That's one, like I say, one of the main reasons why I wanted to start this is because, man, we need to be able to reach out to each other and talk. And I thank you because I just reach out to you and it's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Okay. And I'm like, okay, some people you like, swear to God, you like, bro, it's me. The big boy, I've kind of been doing it for a little while now. Maybe you heard of me a little bit. I'm just trying to give people their gems, but some people just look at you and just be like, so yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do it, because like I say, we need to be able to let people know, look, we can reach out to each other and help each other so we can grow. Because I'm one of those, I'm a firm believer, when I blow, we all blow. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, anything, like just like you say, anything I can do to help somebody, that's what we here for. So, we got to be there. And I promise, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be reaching out because, hey, like I say, we done invested thousands upon thousands, steady invested. Anything we can do to help each other out is, that's what we need to do.
Depending on your point of view, there's 2 ways that you can look at crabs in a bucket. Some people look at it the negative side, that they're all trying to get out, that they're pulling each other down. Yeah. But then there's the other side of it in trying to get out by them going and, it's like, now let's go and we create a link. And so, okay, it's one person, they're trying to pull them down. No, we're going to create this link. And from the bottom, we're going to go and help you get out of this bucket to where the person that started, who's at the top, they're the last ones to get out because they're helping so many people. So it's all about point of view and how you think of that. A lot of people use the crab in the bucket mentality as something negative. I think of the positive side in it, because there are times where it's like, okay, we're not pulling each other down. They're trying, like, and it's like, it's not a, okay, well, you're up there, I'm just going to use you to get out. It's that everyone at the top, the next crab, they're willing to hold on and be the strength to help other people get out. And I'm the last one out. But look at how many people I help free, or crabs I help free.
Exactly. And you know what? And that's, I think, I guess I got so excited with the lives and seeing everything. I kind of like, ooh, I'm having so much fun. And this be fun because I like talking to people and I like helping. But I ain't gonna say I forgot. I was like, oh, I don't want to make that video. Let's do this in this live because it's just so much fun. I had to tell myself, 2022, I got to get back to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I say, there's so much stuff that, like I say, that I don't know. Like one of the things I definitely want to incorporate. I want to definitely want to learn like StreamYard. We can have like little commercials. And that's one thing I want to. I'm trying to find a couple people to help me with the commercials, which I definitely have 755. But I know sometimes some people are busy. But I definitely like to, incorporate commercials and, do advertising, especially like with my ink. That's going to be my next one.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it's just so much stuff I want to do. I think my thing is, and maybe you can help me with this. How do you find time? Because, like I say, husband,
What is
business.
time?
Yeah,
What is
exactly. I mean,
time?
because you have,
What is that? I don't
I
know what
mean,
that is.
you have sales, customer service, complaint line. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys, it's like, I be telling I'm not trying to tell them like this is a business. This is like a business where you have one person doing anything. When you go to McDonald's, they have people on the register, they have people on fries, they got people on hamburgers. I'm wearing every hat plus everything at the house. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the cars are together, make sure the kids and so how do you find time truly to really get? Because I be going like I said, they ran my blood. Everybody know they run my blood pressure up to where I was like, oh my God. So how do you find time to do everything together and stay sane?
Who said I was sane? Who said that? Somebody told you I was sane? Because I'm crazy as hell. Okay. I'm in this business thing. Sometimes I know my team probably think I'm bipolar as crap because I go and I'm on a high and I'm like fussing, and I come down. You know what? You was kind of right. um, Making right connections in everything that you are doing here and people who come to your platform. I'm pretty sure that there is someone who can be of some assistance to you. Maybe, it can be hard. You have to set those boundaries, but maybe somebody has like a skill or something that can help you and they're interested in like DTF, and so it becomes a barter system for it. But
Yeah.
I mean, don't get it. I stress all the time. I'm working 24/7. There are times like even when I was an event planner and now where I would not sleep for 48 hours straight. That I would wake up and I would burn the midnight oil, and then I'm like, okay, I go and I was like, I have to do this, and I literally just would not go to sleep. But then I crash for like a full 24 hours. Like, don't touch me, don't come in. Like, look, even I'm closing the door, keeping kids away from me. Like,
Yeah.
I would go, and when it comes like I changed the reason why too. I change stuff in like the last hour when I'm doing an event, but I burn the midnight oil. I will
Yeah.
literally stay up like sometimes 48, 36 hours straight, like no sleep, and I'm working on fumes, so it's not easy at all doing all things. This year, well, a little bit like at the end of last year, well, actually, you know what? I'm going. It wasn't even like I'm not even going to trip and say like it was at the end of the year. It's taking a lot, but even in 2021, I really did accept a lot more help. Even if it was just okay to bounce ideas and it wasn't just me staying in my own head. So accepting more help, learning to delegate, learning to know like how to barter for certain things. I have people on my team now and they're just like, look, these are my skills. I want to be able to help. And all they want, I end up giving them like they don't want money. They want access to like maybe like my program or certain things. And it's okay. Like I'm not worried about like getting that money because it's gonna help me in the long run. So this is why I said it's better to start off small and there's certain things that you'll know how to delegate them out. So it's really going to take getting real strategic help on your part for certain things and not taking every aspect of the business on. Let somebody else go. And that's what I said. I don't like editing this year because some things I want to do video wise. I want to go and I want to interview some editors. Yeah, it's going to take money, but it's going to take less stress off for me.
Yeah.
So for you, in all that you're doing, you can't create more time. There's absolutely no way. Even with staying up 36 hours straight, it's still going to be something that doesn't get done, and you're going to make some sacrifice. One of the things I always tell people is you cannot, so like, you can't have something be easy and be cheap or inexpensive, and it's not going to like, and if it's, hold on. So, and if it's cheap, it's not going to be easy. So basically what that means is you can DIY something. It's going to cost you little to no money to do it. But now you're sacrificing time. You have to give up that time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You're trying to save on money, it's going to cost you more time. Now, if you want to save on time, it's going to cost you more money because you're going to have someone else do it or get better equipment, better this, better that. So you cannot have both. And when it comes, like, so with your time, you're going to have to maybe spend some money and or barter something and be able to get like some actual help for certain things. So yes, I can go and I can stay up, but then what do I sacrifice? I sacrifice time with my family. Because I get angry and cranky. Let me know I can't do this. I'm trying to focus, MJ. So I end up lashing out at my kids. So you end up, so there is repercussions for like, trying to do so much. So you've got to find balance by getting strategic help and really being open to the help. And I'll be the first to say, I'm really not. Like, it takes a lot for me to let go of control. I have major control issues. So for you, it's to maintain both, figure out where you really need help. And if it's just one thing, again, to unlock, like, you have to unlock certain achievements to reach your goal. So even if it's just taking one thing off your plate at a time, that one thing still frees you up for something else. So that's will be my advice to you, to take that approach.
Yeah, cause that's my thing. It's really time. I see like the DTF is getting pretty popular, and there's a lot of people that's trying, coming in, and so that's why I say I really wanted to push because I guess sometimes I think it's more of a kind of like a popularity contest because I know I have a great product. So basically, that's all I want to do is do my best to get it out there.
And you don't have to. What if you want to, like, if you like what you do here because you have the knowledge, get you someone where they're passionate about it, who's local for you, and maybe they have a great personality, and it's still your brand. Because it's your brand, you don't always have to be the face of your brand. So because you have a great product that stands on itself, so you go and you train someone, and they're the ones like they worked for, Big Boi Prince, and they're doing, like, they're the face, like they can be the ones to do the videos so that you can work on other stuff. So that might be something that you need to consider, is how, you can't divide both. Like, okay, yeah, I have the product, I'm going to, like, do everything. I have all this stuff, I'm be the one to order and all that stuff. But maybe you may not be the face of it because you're trying to bridge two different businesses. Because even in this YouTube thing and doing the interviews, this still becomes a business. Like right now, you've been on with me for 2 hours. That was time that could have been used for, to do something else, time for your kids. So I thank you for even having this platform and wanting me to come on, because this is time that it's a Friday, to go and watch a movie with the kids. So it's, maybe with you, it's maybe think about high school kids. I didn't go to college. I will never force my children to go to college, but they do have to do something productive with their lives, but they don't have to go to college. There are so many young people who don't have direction. They don't know what they want to do when they leave high school. I reached this goal. I graduated high school. Now what's next? I just did 12 years of school. Dude, I ain't trying to be locked down again in education. I don't want to go to school. Like, and their parents tried to force them. If they had skills to start a business at 18 and getting the foundation, imagine if they really go and like they learn business, where they're going to be at, by the time they hit 30. So it might be to where, especially with the way this world is, somebody you teach somebody a young person wants to know about it, and they know about social media, and they can go ahead and do that thing with the TikTok and the Instagram, because I don't have an Instagram presence. So maybe consider that as well as bringing someone else on, training them. Let them be your apprentice to where you can focus on building the business, and they are the face, the brand, and they can teach it and all that stuff, and that frees you up.
I was definitely thinking about that. I was saying maybe around the beginning of the year, I definitely was thinking about maybe because first, your money got to be right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe hire somebody. And I said in the beginning, I never wanted to be the face of the franchise, but like I said, you invested so much money, you really don't have the time. But yeah, I really would like, that way I can do other things, because I know, like I say, I really want to see, try to put try to get my inks put in stores, because there, one thing that's hot right now is a lot of crafting stores all over the place are just popping up. I know in Dallas, I think we got like maybe 6 or 10, where it used to just be like 3 or 4. So you know what I'm saying, and that way I could just ship my
Mm,
product to their stores, and that's one less thing that I have to
mm,
worry about. Oh my God. Okay,
mm.
let me get this person up out of here.
Oh,
Block. There you go, buddy. Thank you so much. Oh man, they wouldn't even let me block them. Was my admins in here? If I
so
can't
Big
get
Boy,
yes, ma'am.
listen, guess what the Lord just told me? People ask me about DTF all the time. I have no desire to sell DTF ink. We can talk afterwards. The one thing I've never done, and people ask about it, to figure out a way to work from audience. Our thing is like your one-stop shop for all your print needs. It doesn't have to be an honestly speaking product, but they ask about DTF. Let's figure out a way to where we can go to where my audience, and it's about ink, even if it's like for me to have that link on there and it goes to your website. Let my platform help yours. And that's just what the Lord told me, is because I have that platform. And if I'm trying to be your one-stop shop for all your print needs, the same way I want to get my products on a website that doesn't necessarily sell, like they sell everything and it's like not just their brands, I can also be that person for someone else. So let's talk afterwards, figure out what we can do, and we can figure out how to get Big Boy Inks on our platform where it does become that one-stop shop, because it doesn't have to be just our products.
Amen. Yeah, and that's one thing. Like I said, I think we need to, we got to work together. Like if you go to Target, they got Nike, Adidas. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, say we need to, link up in it. And I tell people all day long, the main thing, you know what I'm saying, we got to do, you know what I'm saying, like they say in ours, like, we don't do it. As long as we do good business, you know what I'm saying, you have a good product and you do what you're supposed to do, hey, man, that's what we need, because some people, sometimes we say, oh, we're not there to support each other. But I say, hey, man, you got to make sure that the person that, you know what I'm saying, wants to be supported is doing what they're supposed to do. Because I'm not just going to drop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not going to drop support somebody just because you look like me. You got to be taking care of your business. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a name and a reputation just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to let mine go down in the sewer because you don't want to take care of your business.
Now we'll say we do this. My people spoiled by my husband, and when they order stuff, I don't know how they order stuff. They normally get it. Now you ain't say you got to do the same day, but people can't wait a week, so we go.
Oh no.
But man, I see it, and you see so many people in this industry that they go and they talk about Big Boy and the love and support that you get here, and the fact that you put that research in to make sure you got the whitest of the whites. I see so many people talk about when it comes to DTF and getting the clogs, and I've heard yours, and you say like with your ink and how you have it, it's minimal cloggage with your white. Like, you got a little way to, some people make it seem like you got to print every hour on the hour, to where it's like, okay, if you don't, it might not be so bad because it's not. And I heard you like talk about some things, and some people say they have to like shake it up, but it's a little bit different. So I've seen, what people say about it in my research, and then to hear what you say about yours, and you're doing the research. So, I'm very confident in you. Don't make me out to be,
Oh.
we
Hey,
definitely
you know what? Back in the gap, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, back in the day, my home, we was always raised, and I'm gonna give y'all a gem right here. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy told me, listen here, man, we've always believed in quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? For real, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have some good stuff, a good quality package versus some trash. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to get, you know what I'm saying? You get something and you use it one time or three times, then it ain't no good no more. This right here, you got to stand, you got to stand behind your product, like I said. So, and then this one thing I did when I got my product, I shipped it out to a lot of people, ink transfers, just so they could see for themselves, so they could try it out. Cost me like, that's what you got to do. Cost me a lot of money, but that's what you got to do to let the people know, like, hey, man, this is a great product right here. You know what I'm saying? I stand behind this. Because if you got the stuff, you ain't sending it out to everybody for free.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying, excited about that. Like I say, we definitely want to link up. Definitely got to link up and do that. Like I say, because there's so many different angles, you know what I'm saying? So many different ways of getting money, helping each other out. So, I appreciate you. I see it's getting late. It's about time to wrap it up because I see we got got a few things to talk about. Is there anything that you want to tell the people? Oh, that's what. Hold on, I'm sorry. That's what. That's what I heard everyone say. Yeah, yeah, that white. But is there anything you want to tell? Thank you, Shayna. Is there anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
Um, my quote, like this year, it was on before I actually have a shirt that's on. I don't know where it is. Um, being inspirational, being incredible makes you inspirational. So in everything that you do, just be incredible, and you will continue to inspire people. When accept help, and advice, especially if you know someone and it's from the heart. It may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. So I encourage people to embrace that. um uh know that, like, I think someone put, there are no losses, just lessons. The plan that you have right now may not pan out. It's not someone being a Debbie Downer, not trying to be negative, not trying to stump on your dreams. Sometimes someone's giving you the real. If you know that it's just not working out, don't be afraid to just let that go, pivot, rebuild, and take what you have learned from that to either restart what you're doing or put it into something else. If this pandemic has taught us nothing, we are very, very resilient people. We can pivot. We become very creative when we have to. So just continue to pray, continue to trust God for what it is that you want, and make those moves to, like, not unlock those achievements to reach your ultimate goal. So that will be like the one thing that to kind of close off. And then just as far as like business wise, y'all go ahead and go get that bond paper. I talk about myself all the time, but if there's anyone here that doesn't know who I am, you've never heard about the paper. Our paper we call it the change the game paper. This is the tacky one that's made for fabrics, but we have fast dry for like your tumblers. 365 degrees, 30 seconds. The name of the game before was sublimation. When I was introduced to it, it was 400 degrees, 60 seconds. For all these things, heavy pressure. And I made it my business to basically change the game when it comes to that and people's way of thinking. So if you have not ever experienced the all that is, honestly speaking, I'm very open and honest. I've done the research for it, so you can trust our brand. And definitely go over to hsink365.com. Check out our sublimation paper. I'm like you, so I always say, like, the whites and all that. For us, from day one, I really researched and focused on finding a black sublimation ink that was very, very close to black, if not straight up black, in the bottles, to where it produces great colors. Where you don't have to use premium matte, we're using all of that ink. I'm here to save you money. Use plain paper. You're gonna still get dope colors. Like, this is plain paper. Everyone else says to use this setting, and their companies are teaching that because they want your ink to run out faster so that you can buy more. And I'm like, no, go ahead. It's gonna take you forever. People with to me, people with eco tanks really aren't repeat, like unless they're doing a lot, are not like frequent buyers, because it takes forever for ink to come out of the eco tanks. And we didn't sell little itty bitty bottles. Like, we have bottles that's 140 milliliters. This gonna last a long time, but it's still going to help their bottom line because they don't have to buy so much of it. And I've always just been that way. So continue to support HS Inc. 365. Subscribe to the channels, and yeah, that's that.
That is perfect. That is perfect. It couldn't be no better than that. I want to thank you again, Professor, for coming out. Appreciate you, man, dropping all that knowledge, dropping those gems. I know we gonna link up and we gonna have something special coming for the people. Thank everybody. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we have game night. The Way Team T-shirt chick did they thing. Yesterday, I had to go get the big homie. So I hollered at Stan Banks. So it's going to be Team T-shirt chick versus Team Stan Banks. And hopefully in the future we can get the professor to get her team together, come in on game night. We'll be playing Pictionary tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Thank y'all, sir, very much. I appreciate
Yeah, before
y'all.
we go.
Oh yes.
When I do come on game night, I like what's the one I've been playing? Culture tags. But before we go and we close out, for all that you do, and I'm telling y'all, my God work, him good. He listened to me. Can I pray with you about just the success and the growth of your channel?
Oh yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
All right. So, our hearts and minds clear. So, Father, in the name of Jesus, Father God, we come to you right now. Just thank you for this time of fellowship, this time of laughter. I thank you for waking us up to where we were able to do this on time as scheduled. And God, right now, I just pray for your blessings over. Let me see if I say it right. It's Leonard, right? I know we say Big
Yes,
Boy,
ma'am.
but, so we know it's Big Boy, but just Leonard as a person, as a husband, as a father, as a business owner. Keep and protect him, oh God. Father God, put people in his path that will help his brand grow, because if he knows it or not, he is building a brand. I'm truly grateful for everything that he is doing within this. I see great things in doing these spotlights. One of the things that we do not have, Father God, is someone that truly recognizes the strides of entrepreneurs. So with the spotlight, he may not know the plans that you have for him. You may not have revealed it to him, but I know, God, in just your energy and what I see, to where we can have the Big Boy Awards, to where we are, giving out awards and recognizing our community, our culture. So all of the plans that you have for him, God, I pray that you make a way where he can make time, he can find the balance in it, because he's doing something great in this community, God. And we just pray your blessings. We pray your strength, Father God. We pray that he will be able to understand the things that you impart in him, to where he has no fear in the plans that you have for him, that you build up that confidence in him, to where when you do reveal the plan, that he will not run away from it, God. And we pray for his family. We thank his family for sharing him with us, where he can, they're not too upset with him taking the time that he can spend with them to go and be a voice and be a pillar in this creative community. And we ask all these blessings upon Leonard and his family, Big Boy Prince, and the YouTube community in general. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because we need, girl, we need us some blessings over here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Say shout out to Crafty Leo. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. And if you want to drop my links in your video, man, thank you so very much. I appreciate all the love and all the support. Oh my God, hold on. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, said the professor. Always keep God first. Thank you for praying. Thank you. I just feel like a little weight was lifted off my shoulder. I don't think I ever had nobody pray for my business. Thank you so very much. It just makes me feel a whole lot better. There's people out there actually, watching and caring. And I thank them so much because, like I say, I've seen a lot of people start YouTube pages. And, I had a lot of love, support, you, Craftables, Benz Jr., a lot of support. So I just, I know I wouldn't have blew up this fast if it wasn't for y'all. So I definitely want to tell you, thank y'all. For a lot of y'all that didn't know, there was a lot of shout outs, a lot of people helping the big boy out, you know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all because, like I said, I know it definitely wouldn't have been this fast if it wasn't from the help great people like the YouTubers. So that's why I definitely want to give back because, like I say, the love that was shown was amazing. So we got to, keep it going. That's me. Like I say, I'm like you. I don't want to be the only one shining. I want everybody that's with me to help me out. Look, man. Look, y'all gotta come on too. Go on, jump on my back if you have to. All right, I thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody coming in, rocking with, man. We have had a great time, man. We definitely gonna have to do this again. Like I said, we're gonna be, man. We definitely got a lot of things coming. I'm still surprised. Like I say, man, we link up. I know wonderful things is gonna happen. So thank you again. Y'all make sure y'all come in here and tune with us tomorrow, 8 o'clock game night. Then next week I'm gonna try to do a live again. I'm gonna work. Like I said, I'm learning already. You know what I'm saying? Like you told me I have to cut it all the way out because I want to show y'all how this whole process works from the beginning to the end. I have a few tricks I can show people, especially with all these printers. I done learned these printers. So, like I said, y'all already know y'all can hit me up on Big Boi Prints, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Before we got here, could you please let the people know one last time? We're gonna drop the links in the description after it's all over with, how they can get a hold of you.
Hold on. I'll do it like this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so I think you're going to have to do it on your side to switch it to the one that's there. So click on the other link that's at the bottom.
The other link?
You should see my website. So it should be another link. So you should be able to click on that to add it to the stream.
Oh, okay, I'm waiting for it to come in. Oh, there you go. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So if you click off the comment.
Yeah, let me click right off the comment. There we go.
So they can go to our website, shop. You can go shop, but you can also just type in www.hsinc365.com. So hsinc, like it is in the corner, just put 365 behind it.com. And that is the site for all of our products. And, hopefully we'll have a link to go straight to the Big Boi. I don't ever see you post. I don't ever see you talk about your website. Like most people doing it from home. It's like, okay, inbox me. I'm going to invoice you. You got a whole website, right?
Mm-hmm. I keep an Etsy page. I make sure I always put the links. I always make sure I put the links in the description.
So we're gonna have to work on it to where when you go live and you do everybody else commercials. So I got to teach you how to do that, where you can share the screen and then you can show them your Etsy shops where you can let them see it. And then they see it visually. So we're gonna work on that and we're gonna go and make sure that it's present.
And you know what? I just learned, I said this year that I'm beginning. I just got the laptop to where I'm able now to how to share the screen, and because I gotta make, like you say, like anything, I gotta share, show everybody how to download the Cadlink, and they, I ain't gonna lie, I answer so many questions. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot of people. That's why I said I need to go start doing the lives. So, instead of everybody asking me the question, answer it 100 times, maybe, 50 or 60 people will see me, see it on the live. Man, y'all have a lot. Man, you have a lot of stuff. Man, my and that's another thing I want to do, give me another website, because I just have an Etsy. I think my thing is making sure, well, I do have a gentleman that I'm working with. My thing is, like I say, I trusting people. Because I had a website built, and this was kind of script out. Because when you got to spend money, and I paid a gentleman for the website, and he was like, "Well, you got to pay the domain name." You know what I'm saying? It was like 12 o'clock. It was like 11:55. He said, "Man, you paid me the $50 for the domain name, and man, I'm gonna have you up and running in 5 minutes." It was 11:55. I paid him that $50. It didn't get put up till 8 o'clock at night, and I knew right there. And I was like, "Man, I can't have my website down."
$50. A domain costs anywhere from $12.99 to $17, depending on which site. Yeah, see, and this is what 365 Creative Academy is, like that YouTube, like talking about the business side, because people do get bamboozled and swindled. Now, there's some people who have great services, but just that basic information, 365 Creative Academy, like that YouTube is really going to focus on like the business side and like just some other stuff. But man, $50, it costs depending on where you get it from, it's $12 to $17 for a domain name.
And that's my problem. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know as far as in the business. What I did before I was in trucking, I had my own truck, but they found it. They did everything for me. And now going in this business, there's a lot of things that you have to do yourself that I'm still in the process of learning. So that's why, like I say, I definitely want to keep good people around me. So I know, everything you're not gonna know, but like I said, if it's something that can help me stop from my head.
Yeah. we can link up sometime, and then we can talk about that. So yeah.
Okay.
Help you out with that.
Well, that's perfect. I love that website. We let me see what you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I talk about one more thing before we go?
This is your time to shine.
Okay. So the other site that I have, which I don't promote enough, and I'm kind of like you in this, so I'm going to go to it real quick. www.hsinc365.com. So what this is my product line. So if you go in there, you can read about what the Black Pledge is, what the blueprint means. So after the George Floyd and Jacob Blake, with him getting like shot, I end up creating this pledge that says, I pledge allegiance to the fact that I am Black living in America and to the Republic. Please understand, we are one nation under God, but the movement will continue until there is liberty, peace, unity, equality, respect, and justice for all. This is copywritten by me. Like, it's a copywritten work. And I wrote that for our people. And we have shirts, we have different things for it. So if you guys want anything, shirts, masks, mugs, a lot of stuff is going to come back on it. But just, just spreading the message of what the Black Pledge is. So I have that one. And then, like I told you, I love my man. He's a great father. So I end up creating the blueprint collection, which was basically I came up with it just watching him interact with our boys. So you can go on there and like read that and just what it means. And blueprints are used in the building of structures and the breaking, like the tearing down and how to demolish, structures. When the towers happened here, we had that tragedy. They had to look at the blueprint of it to know where to put the dynamite so they can, demolish the rest of it to be able to find, the peoples and stuff like that. So there's a part of it that says men must be, and specifically Black men, because that's the culture I live in. So that's why men is written in Black on all of this. So men must be, and it's the blueprint, must be the blueprint for our communities, our family, our children and things like that. And then there's another part of it that says, will yours build or demolish your blueprint? Will it build up your family, build up your community, build up other entrepreneurs, build up other people around you? Or will your blueprint, is your blueprint built, made? Because a drug dealer, their blueprint is to, do stuff and like that. They're going to teach kids to be hustlers, and it's not to build and edify our community. It's really destroying our community. So everyone has a blueprint, and what will yours do? So that's our other website, which I'm going to make it a conscious effort this year to really put energy into it. But that is our other site. So you guys can go in there and order different things from that, show support there. MLK is coming up. Great time to go ahead and rock the Black Pledge.
I like that.
So, yeah. hsinkdesigns.com.
Yeah, I got to give me one of those shirts. I like that pledge. I need to order that. Definitely order me one tonight.
So yeah, that's the other thing. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for letting me plug that one.
Hey, this is your time to try. I think that is amazing. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about I gotta give me one of those shirts. I like that, man. I definitely love that pledge. I can walk around and like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that is so unique. And I really appreciate that because, like, so many people scared to talk about it on their platforms. You know what I'm saying? Especially what's going on. And I tell them, look, man, I don't care. One of the reasons that made me stop trucking and start this is George Floyd, what happened to him, how they handle people. And I'm like, corporate America, when it comes to work, doing the work is people that look like me. But when it comes to the paper pushing, there's somebody who look nothing like me. So we need to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of doing all the work. I want to, you know what I'm saying, build something to where people look like me is in the offices. And you know what I'm saying? We doing the work and we get the money, So like I say, that's the main thing. We got to leave something for people, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Besides debt.
No, right? Exactly. Besides that, yes.
So yes, yeah, man. And you know what? I truly, believe that. But man, this has been so. Yes, that pledge is amazing. Yeah, and I need to place my order. That is amazing. But I have enjoyed myself there. We had kicked it. We got to get up out of here. Because I gotta ask you a couple of things. I appreciate everybody tuning in. This has been a great night. It is.
Thank y'all. It's been amazing.
Yes, a pleasure. Yes. Thank y'all so much. Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow, next week on the live. If there's anything y'all want the Big Boy to do, hit me up. Or anybody y'all want to see, let me know. Thank y'all so much. Y'all already know what it is. Big Boy. And we out.
Peace.